Okay, hello everyone. How are you guys doing? Okay, one moment here. Let me just look at the chat here on my phone. Okay. Oh, and did I, don't think I appeared online. Let me do that right now. Okay. Okay, okay, we should be good now here with everything. Okay, I think we're all set for today's stream. And, guys, I'm also working on my review of the, I'm gonna be working on a review of the, yeah. Oh, hey, Saucer.
Hey.
Hey, I'm streaming right now if you want to join. I'm doing Red Dead.
Okay, I'm coming in.
So, guys, I'm working on a review of the Outlaw Pass 5. I know a few people have requested that. You guys probably know what my review is going to be. It's not going to be good about it. I'm not happy with the Outlaw Pass 5. I don't have a good impression of it at all. But before I review Outlaw Pass 5, I at least want to finish it, you know, get up to rank 80. So then I can at least try my best to have a fair review, but I'm just not happy with the Outlaw Pass 5 personally. I think most people can agree with me that that DLC was really terrible. I don't even know if you would count it as a DLC. Hello, Brett. Hello, Pro. I hope you're having a great day. Random question. Have I played any Spider-Man games? Thank you, Cryptic Phoenix. Yes, I have. I haven't ever played the new Spider-Man games. Those I haven't played, like the 2018 Spider-Man and then the Miles Morales one. I never played those. I will play them eventually one day, but I did play the original Spider-Man games, like the one on PlayStation 1, Spider-Man 1, and then Spider-Man 2. I played those, and then I played Spider-Man 1 for the PS2 also. It's a different one than the Spider-Man 1 on PS1, and it's based on the movie. And then I played Spider-Man 2 based on the movie, and Spider-Man 3 based on the movie. But Spider-Man 3, that one kind of sucked, the game. I thought Spider-Man 2 was the better one. I thought Spider-Man 2 was the better game. Good evening from UK. Well, hello, Lewis. I love your content. Keep up the really good content. Thank you, Meltup. Thanks, man. Okay, let me just finish these cartridges here. How much money do I have? I'm gonna check, like over 100,000 something. Okay, should finish these cartridges now. Damn, a lot of cartridges to do there. Oh, it's the PS2 version of Liberty City Stories. Will I play any more GTA? Yeah, I mean, I just posted a GTA video like an hour and a half ago, and I'll have the next part of Liberty City Stories tomorrow also. Okay, let me form a posse here. This is what I needed to get myself through COVID quarantine. Well, thank you, Mr. Universe. I'm glad that you enjoy my content. Thanks, man. Thank you for the super chat.
You should taste that soup. Melts in your mouth.
Hey, Lewis. Yeah, I woke up early today, so I wanted to do an early stream. I haven't done an early stream in a... Well, it's not even really early, but I haven't done a really earlier stream in a long time.
Hey, look out!
Okay, what is... My camp here needs a few more materials still. But, let's go on over to Valentine, because Valentine is literally, like, right up the road. And, start up a bounty in Valentine. Will I play GTA Vice City Stories? Yes, I will. I'll do that. I think what I'm going to do is, I think that after I finish Liberty City Stories, I think I'm going to do The Godfather. That's what I think I'm going to do. And then I'll eventually come back to Liberty City Stories. Thank you for the super chat, Lyro. What do you think about the PlayStation Store closures on PS3, PS Vita, and PSP news lately? Are you gonna make an opinion video on it? I might. I might do that. But here's the question now. If you have like PS3 stuff, that is downloaded, are you still gonna be able to use that after the PS3 store closes, like stuff that you already had, or is that gonna also be taken away? That's my question. Get this guy here. Oh, I'll do GTA 3, definitely. Go to Carmody Dell, okay. Hello, any tips for beginners? Yes, I have an ultimate beginner's guide for Red Dead Online. You might want to check that out. And I'm gonna be making like a video reviewing this Outlaw Pass, but it's just I'm just not happy with what they did with this Outlaw Pass. I think it's stupid what they did. And I like this game, I really do. This is one of my favorite games, but you know, at the same time, it's becoming really difficult for me to promote this game. You know, try to get people to play this game and stuff like that when the developer of the game is just so, I don't even know the term that I should use. So ignorant, I would probably say. It's terrible. But I'm gonna be doing, for anybody that plays Watch Dogs Legion online or wants to get into it, I'm gonna be having a whole series on that. I've already done 2 videos, and I'm planning much more Watch Dogs Legion content. So I'm also gonna be doing stuff for that. And I'm also doing Red Dead, so, I'm not doing any GTA Online content until the next update, though. Will you do a guide for all the leader of the pack missions in Watch Dogs Legion, because I'm having a hard trouble with them. Your videos are entertaining. Yeah, did you see my video on how to complete Dogs of War? I made a video the other day. I'm gonna do a video on the other missions too. I'll do that also. Some of the videos I might, like, mission 1 is probably gonna be a separate video because that's like a long mission, but mission 3 will probably be a separate video, and then mission 4 and 5 will be one video together, because mission 4 is really quick, and then mission 5, it can be quick if you have a good team. So it's yeah, I'll probably have mission 4 and 5 in one video. Okay, we gotta find this guy. I never like these searching missions. The searching missions I've always been bored of. Oh yeah, GTA 4. I'm doing GTA 4 this month. So GTA 4, after I think I'm gonna do The Godfather first, but the thing is, I'm gonna have to get a copy of The Godfather the Don's Edition, because that's the one that I want to play. That's the PS3 version, because the PS3 version is actually superior to the PC version. I know that sounds surprising, but the PS3 version is actually better than the PC version for The Godfather.
You need to leave.
Okay, this will be easy.
I'm gonna make you regret this, you dumb piece of shit.
Wait, when I search your net worth, it says that I have. No, I don't have that. No, I don't know where people are getting that number from. No. Thank you for the super chat, Melta. Did you hear that someone almost died because of a stupid TikTok? I didn't hear about that. Have I played Kingdom Come Deliverance? A little bit. I didn't get really far into the game even. I played Kingdom Come Deliverance when it first came out, but I never finished it because I just been busy with so much other content. Oh wait, what is this here? We can reset. Later, Pro, just stop by to say hi. Might be back at the end of the stream. Thank you, Brett, for the super chat. Thank you, man. Thank you, Brett, there. I should play Ace Combat. Well, I already did an Ace Combat 7 playthrough. I I did an Ace Combat 7 playthrough. I might do a stream of it again in the future.
I'm gonna make you regret this, you dumb piece of shit.
But about Kingdom Come Deliverance, in regards to that game, I played Kingdom Come Deliverance when it first came out, and what happened was I just started doing more like GT Online videos, and I got so busy with that that I never actually even finished Kingdom Come Deliverance. So it's literally been sitting on my shelf for like for a long time now. I've had the game for 3 years now at this point. It's what, February 2018 is when it came out, right? So 3 years and I never finished it. I'm gonna get into it one day. I'm gonna play it again and I will finish it. But I didn't get far in the game. I played a little bit. The farthest that I got in the game is I got to the part where, right in the beginning of the game, where the that evil king is attacking the village and like his parents die. It's like the first or second part of the game, and it's he gets on the horse and then he tries to get away, and then you get to the castle and they hit you with like an arrow. That's like the farthest that I've gotten. It's like right in the beginning. So I never even really got through Kingdom Come. I'm gonna play it one day though. Am I planning on doing a Vice City Stories walkthrough? I like your videos. Yes, I'll do Vice City Stories, definitely. When am I doing another Liberty City Stories? Well, I just uploaded one like 2 hours ago now at this point, but I'll have another one tomorrow. Do you know where to find moose? Oh yeah, sure, I'll show you. I'll show you actually right after this. Moose are actually found in a pretty easy spot. What is my favorite video? My favorite video. Oh, that was rude. This guy just gets off and just starts shooting me. My most favorite video that I've ever done. I don't know. Maybe the Dutch video that I did. Was Dutch really a bad person? I know my favorite video that I did recently is actually like a month and a half ago. It's actually one of my most popular videos ever. It was top 5 early signs that Big Smoke was going to betray CJ. That video is almost at 2 million views. That's one of my favorite videos. I hope Rockstar finishes the Red Dead Online story. Yeah, and I'll have a video talking about that also softly. It's ridiculous they never finished it. And thank you, Stan, for sponsoring the channel. Thanks, man. Yes, the Salem Witch Trials video that's probably gonna be my favorite video that I have made in a long time. I was just coming back. To my apartment because I've been at New York for a few months and now I'm back home, and now I'm gonna have a lot more time and just gonna be able to finally finish the video. So it is going to be. Oh, you made a super chat, Quincy. I'm sorry if I didn't see it. Oh, I see it now. Thank you. Well, I mean, that's, what if Arthur farted at Micah while he was asleep? Well, Micah probably wouldn't be too happy about that. But the Salem Witch Trials video, I promise it is coming. I know I've been saying that for a long time, and I'm sorry for all the delays, but it is coming. Just please be patient with me. If you've been asking for it, it will be up, and, it will be up. I'll have it up, don't worry.
This happens to me again.
Oh, hello, Mehmet. I hope that you enjoy this stream. What's my favorite show? I don't think I really have one right now. I have been watching this this one anime that I like. I don't usually watch anime a lot, but I've been watching this one show that I like a lot. I'm trying to remember what the thing is called. Because if I was to watch like an anime, it's gonna be something historical or like something. I don't like the magic stuff or the sci-fi stuff because a lot of anime it's usually magic or sci-fi. I don't really like that. Usually I watch something historical or stuff. But oh yes, Golden Kamuy. That is the Kami. That is the one that I'm actually watching right now. I actually just finished season 2 of it, so it's that is the show that I'm on right now actually. So that's actually surprising that you guessed it right there.
breath in this one's lungs. That's worth something to you.
But
Done deal.
the whole reason that I actually started watching that the whole reason that I started watching Golden Kamuy, the reason that I found it is because I was actually trying to find like historical animes. Like I was trying to find an anime that took place during like a historical time period, and like I found that one, and it takes place in Hokkaido, which is the northern region of Japan, and it I think it takes place after the Russo-Japanese War. I'm pretty sure it's over by the time the show takes place, but that was the thing. It was the description of the Russo-Japanese War, which was a pretty big war between Russia and Japan. That was in 1904 and 1905. That war isn't really talked about a lot, especially in movies or games or anything like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go to the Moonshine Shack here. But yeah, that was the when are you releasing the channel update video? Probably in Monday. Because I just came back, so I'm just busy with a few things. But by Monday, I should have it up. How come you never reviewed the Cayo Perico heist DLC like you did the others? I just never got around to it. And it's already been a few months, and most other people have reviewed it, so I didn't really see a point to it.
I have finished this batch. We can sell it when you... Allons-y!
Okay, I could... Will I play Little Hope? I already did it. But I'm gonna have one Little Hope video coming up, which is the Salem Witch Trials video, and comparing it to Little Hope. I gotta change the decor. Okay, let me change the Moonshine decor here. Moonshine store here.
Okay then.
Can I make more crazy current event videos? Yes, I will be making more of those, yes. Okay. When am I gonna play Fallout and the Elder Scrolls? I will, I'm gonna be playing that probably later in the year. Okay. Oh, and the person wanted to know about moose skins, right? That was that.
Have a batch ready to sell.
Let me I'm gonna sell this Moonshine shipment here really quick, and I'll show you where the moose skins are, because I know somebody was asking me about the moose skins earlier, where to get that.
I was wondering when you were going to get here. This is a good batch, of course. They are all good batches, but this one is superior, eh? I have found a buyer who will appreciate it. And most important, they will pay for it too. Now, all you have to do is to be attentif, eh? Seigneur, ayez pitié.
Oh no, I'm probably not gonna see that movie. You know, I'm really, you know, there's not really many movies that I'll go to the theaters to see. So there's not really a lot of films that I will go to see. Like last time I was at the movies, what was the last movie that I saw at the movie theater? I'm trying to remember. The last movie that I saw was Midway, I believe. That was, how long ago was that? That was well over a year ago. So Midway was the last thing that I saw, and the reason I went to see Midway is because it was a historical movie. So there's not really a lot of not a lot of movies that really interest me. I'm definitely not going to see the Godzilla vs King Kong thing. It just doesn't interest me.
Bureau search. We're looking for Bureau business.
We're with the Bureau of Internal Revenue doing wagon searches. Wonder what I fished this time. Well, well. What are you hauling?
When am I gonna start uploading GTA content in July? When there's probably another DLC. I'm not gonna do any GTA Online content until the next DLC comes out, so there's nothing for me to do on the game right now. Do I prefer story-driven games or online games? I want both. Like, you know, why can't you have both, really? You know, you can have a good story-driven game and a good online, but not every game needs online. Like, for instance, the Ghost of Tsushima, that game that came out last year, I thought that was the best game of 2020. It was a single-player game at first, at least. Then they released the online mode, and they didn't even need to release an online mode, but they did, and the online mode was kind of fun, too. So, you know, Ghost of Tsushima is a perfect example of a game that does a single-player great and a good online. Remove some persistent members. Okay, I'll do that in a moment here. Oh, Saucer, is there any events going on? Because usually I don't stream at this time, so is there, like, anything going on at this hour or anything?
The schedule is off. I think it's still off by 1 hour because of the time change, so I'm a little bit uncertain about what event is up next.
Okay.
It could be Condor Egg, and then after that, Railroad Bearing, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Condor Eggs, and one is going to pop in 15 minutes, and the other one in about 37.
Do you think Red Dead Redemption 2 will have an expansion? No, I don't think so. Not at this rate right now, at least. I was trying to, I was trying to think of I was trying to think of something, a name for this new update, or it's not even an update, but, like, I was trying to think of something to call Outlaw Pass 5, because, what, the last DLC, the Bounty Hunter expansion, do you know what I called that DLC? I called that DLC the most controversial DLC, and I think most people can agree it was the most controversial DLC, because of just what they did with daily challenges and the fact that they didn't really have any other content alongside that. But this DLC, I'm trying to think of what I could possibly call this DLC, but, you know, I'm thinking, right now I'm thinking of the Nothing DLC. The Nothing, that's what I'm thinking of actually calling the Outlaw Pass 5 DLC. It's not, because it's not even really a DLC if you think about it, because it was in the game the entire time. Rockstar just unlocked it, so we've had it since December, and, you know, it doesn't add anything new to the game. It doesn't, it just adds some new clothes, maybe, XP boost that'll help with Bounty Hunter, but nothing new. There's no DLC or anything, so that's what I like to call it, a Nothing update. That's just what I think of it. Maybe the most disappointing update ever? I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think the Nothing update sounds better, or do you guys think the most disappointing update? Okay, and now, the guy that wanted to know about the moose, I hope he's still here in the chat, because I'll show you where to get the moose. Am I gonna play Destroy All Humans 2? Definitely. Hey, Professional, I should play Saints Row. Well, I'll do Saints Row later in this year. Moose will be right up here. I'm glad you expanded to other content, thank you. Oh, what is this here? What is this? Thank you, Riley, for the super chat. Am I trying to save up to 1 million? I mean, maybe, but, you know, I'm not really going for a goal. Like, you know, I used to grind specifically for a goal, but I don't really do that anymore. You know, it's mostly just playing for fun. And the thing is, though, is, what is this here? What did the dog want to show me? I don't know if there's anything really here. Oh, this. My favorite food? Oh, easy, it's sushi. Oh, but I already have it. There we go. If you ever come across an alcohol bottle and you're full on it, just drink it and just get the other one. Oh, I kicked Saucer from the Posse, did I? Saucer, did I accidentally remove you from the Posse? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, rejoin the Posse. I'm sorry about that. I guess it was my camera was in the way and I was just removing people who weren't. Okay, hang on. Wait, I'll get you back in the Posse. Let me see. Hang on. I'm gonna invite only. I'm sorry about that. That was a mistake. Okay, let me. Are you still in the lobby?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
That's fine.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks.
Ow. Okay. Play GTA 5. Why? There's nothing to do on GTA 5, and if I play GTA 5, I'll get bored really quickly. Okay, so the guy that was asking in chat, please let me know if you're still here. The guy that was asking, because one guy asked about moose. This region, so, this is an elk. The moose back there. Oh, it is. Okay. So this region right here, Brandywine Drop, it's the easy way to tell where it is north of Ansburg, so it's top right corner of the map. This area, moose tend to spawn here a lot. So it's just a really, easy, good place to get one.
I often find the legendary one, the legendary moose, before I even find a regular moose. So that can work too.
Yep. Can you make a top 10 funniest moments in GTA 5 story mode? Yeah, possibly. I could also do it on, top 10 funniest GTA moments of all time. Just like combining all the GTA games. Thank you for the super chat there, Henry. But the thing is, though, it's like Red Dead Online, even though I love this game, sometimes it can be a bit unrealistic. Like, you guys saw that right there, like a guy lassoing a moose and then pulling it and then getting that close to it and just killing it with a knife. That's one of the most unrealistic things. You wouldn't be able to overpower a moose like that. It would throw you and then hit you with its antlers and you'd be dead. So, yeah. And the thing is, though, I didn't actually find out that moose are aggressive until like 2 years ago. I always assumed that moose were just you know, peaceful animals that try to run away. I didn't realize that a lot of them were actually so aggressive. I actually found that out 2 years ago, that they will actually charge you the second that, a lot of them, the second they see you. So moose are pretty dangerous. Deer will oftentimes run, but moose will, on the other hand, charge you. My favorite Elder Scrolls game, it's either Oblivion or Skyrim. I don't know which one I like the most. I like both of them a lot. My favorite Fallout game is Fallout 3. Now I know some people might disagree with me and say, you know, New Vegas. New Vegas is my second favorite, but the factions are great in New Vegas. But the reason that I like Fallout 3 better than New Vegas is just for one simple reason, and that is that in Fallout 3 you can play after the ending. That's what I like about the game mainly. In Fallout New Vegas you can't play after the ending, which I found that just personally really disappointing. If Fallout New Vegas you could play after the ending, I would say it's better than Fallout 3. Okay, there we go. That's gonna be producing now. My top 3 favorite Call of Duty games. I would say probably Call of Duty Finest Hour, which is actually the first Call of Duty game on the PS2. Call of Duty, which one? I'm trying to think right now. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first one. Modern Warfare, the first one. And my favorite Call of Duty game of all time would probably have to be World at War. World at War is my favorite one. And special mentions will probably be Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 2. As for Modern Warfare 3, I feel conflicted about Modern Warfare 3, because for Modern Warfare 3, I have a different opinion than a lot of other people. Like, I think that Modern Warfare 3, I thought the single player was excellent. I thought the single player was great, and I thought it was a great conclusion to the Modern Warfare storyline. I like the Spec Ops, and I like the survival. I thought those were all great. Story, survival, Spec Ops, great. Multiplayer, on the other hand, I didn't like the multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3. I actually kind of despised it. And the reason I really didn't like the multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3 is because the maps were just so close quartered in Modern Warfare 3. Like, there was no big open maps. Like, it was just so close quartered. Everyone was running around with submachine guns or quick scoping. I just didn't like it. Modern Warfare 2 had much better maps. Modern Warfare 2, you know, the maps weren't insanely big, but they were more open, they were larger and stuff. And that's just what I don't like about Modern Warfare 3, is it was so close quartered. I don't like that. Okay, let's get this deer back to the camp here. Did I like Black Ops 2? I feel the same way that I felt about Black Ops 2 with Modern Warfare 3, really. And thank you for the super chat, John. I'm glad that you enjoy my YouTube channel. Thanks, man. But Black Ops 2, it was the I liked the story. I thought the story was good. Zombies okay, but multiplayer, I didn't really have fun with the multiplayer. I just don't like the close quarter stuff. I thought Modern Warfare 2019 had good maps. So Modern Warfare 2019, I thought for the most part had good maps. I don't like a lot of the close quarter stuff in Black Ops 2 too. Yeah. Open world or stealth? Well, I mean, you can have both. You can have an open world game that has stealth in it. I mean, the best open world game in terms of stealth that I played is Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima has the best stealth in an open world game that I've seen. I don't really count Hitman as you know, open world, because Hitman it's more like a single level that's like a little bit of sandbox. It's not completely open world. But there's actually an open world stealth game that I'll be playing probably in May, or maybe even in this month. I'm gonna have to see. But it's actually the name of the game. It's actually called Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts. So I'll be playing that game. It's an open world stealth game. And then I'll be playing Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2, which comes out in June, I think. Oh, what? No, no, no. Oh. Okay. There we go. Takes care of that. Oh, trade route. I might as well do that. I'll get some more stuff for my camp here.
Supplies are good. I'm a happy man.
Are you from Poland? No, my parents are. Okay, well, I guess we'll go do the trade route. Let's do that. What's your opinion on the post-op cell mission? Well, thank you, John, for the super chat. I think that that mission is stupid. And I don't think they even brought back bags. I think bags have been gone from the game for more than a year now, so bag missions have been gone for a long time. Do I know Russian? No, my dad speaks Russian, not me. My mom speaks a little bit of Russian too, but my dad speaks it pretty well. My dad also speaks Ukrainian, and he speaks Belarusian as well. My grandmother, she grew up in Belarus, but it wasn't even called Belarus at the time. Well, it was called the Belarusian SSR. I think it was part of the Soviet Union, but her first language was actually Belarusian, but she always considered herself Polish, so she learned Polish second, but she always considered herself Polish. Isn't Belarusian the same as Russian? Not entirely. Like, if you know how to speak one, I don't know, I'm not an expert on it, but if you know how to speak one of the languages, Ukrainian, Belarusian, or Russian, I'm pretty sure that it's easier to learn the other languages, but they're not the same. So if you know one language, it's easier to learn the others, but yeah. And Polish has some words that like are similar in Russian, Ukrainian, Belarusian that like you'll be able to understand a lot of words, but it's not it's for the most part can't understand. How do you learn Mercy Kill? You gotta level up the Naturalist. Hey Austin, hope your Friday's good. Any weekend plans? Not really. I'm probably gonna record a Watch Dogs Legion guide and probably finish my Salem Witch Trials video, which I've been working on for a few months, talking about the history of the Salem Witch Trials and comparing that to the game Little Hope, how accurate it is. Does Polish use the Cyrillic alphabet? I'm trying to remember. I'm sorry. I'm just bad with this stuff. But Cyrillic is the I'm trying to remember. Is that the let me see on my phone. Is that the Russian letters? Let me see here. I think Cyrillic is the Russian alphabet. Is that the Russian letters? But and why did I get on fire here? But no, to answer your question, no, I don't. No, it doesn't. Polish isn't. Is Polish hard? Polish, well, for me it's not, because I grew up speaking Polish. But for an English speaker, Polish would be a very hard language to learn, very hard. And there's a lot of, even though Polish for the most part, you know, it uses the same letters as, you know, in English, there's a lot of letters that are different sounding. Like, for instance, W in Polish is V. A lot of people get that wrong. So, like, whenever you see W in the Polish language, that's pronounced with a V. So, that is important. So, like, you know how a lot of people have the name Kowalski? That's like a really popular name. That's how you say Kowalski in English with Kowalski, but in Polish it's actually pronounced Kowalski. And you know, Warsaw, for instance, that's how English speakers see it, because as W, that's the capital of Poland, but it's really called Warszawa. With it's pronounced with a V. Is it hard for a Spanish speaker? I don't know. I learned a little bit of Spanish in when I was in high school. I forgot the majority of it. But what I'll say about it is there is only one word that I remember that's the same between Spanish and Polish, and that's biblioteca. That means library. So that's like the only word that I can think of that's the same in both Spanish and Polish. Is it hard for a Swede? I have no idea. I don't know it. I don't really know the Swedish language. But Polish is a Slavic language, so if you you know, if you speak one like Ukrainian, Belarusian, or Russian, I guess it would be a little bit easier, but it's still a totally different language. So those are the languages that you could possibly compare it a little bit to, but still remember it's a different language. Oh, thank you for the super chat, TJ. What gun am I using? Oh, this is my favorite rifle, I think, the Springfield rifle. I like using this gun more than the bolt action because it does a little bit more damage. And I've killed a lot of people in PvP. I kill a lot of people with this gun. What video game protagonist do I dislike the most? I don't know. There isn't really many protagonists that I dislike. That's a good one. I'd have to think about that. Do you think it's worth it for you to learn Polish, even if it's just to speak with viewers that are from Poland? Well, it's always good to learn another language. There's nothing wrong with learning another language. And I mean, Polish, you know, it's not a large language like you know, English. English is like, you know, language that's like every continent in the world you will have a lot of people speaking it. But Polish, you know, it's nowhere near as common, but Polish is a common language in a lot of parts. Like in America, like especially if you're in New York or like, you know, in Chicago, there's a lot of Polish people. So like if you learned how to speak Polish, that could be really helpful. And you know, there's a lot of Polish communities all over America. Also, if you live in the UK, you know, Polish would be a helpful language to learn in the UK, because I know there's a lot of Polish speakers in the UK. My cousin lives in the UK, so there's a lot of Polish speakers there as well. Have I tried foreign food? Oh, I've tried a lot of foreign foods. My favorite food of all time isn't even American. My favorite food is actually sushi. So it's well, I tend to like Japanese seafood a lot. That's my favorite food in general. What Battlefield game should I start at? When you say what game should I start at, are you talking about story? Is that what you're talking about? Because you don't even need to start at any game, because a lot of times the stories aren't linked at all. Like, the stories have nothing to do with each other in Battlefield games. Like, Battlefield 3 and 4, the stories are linked a little bit in Battlefield 3 and 4, but you don't really need to play Battlefield 3 to understand the story in Battlefield 4. But the story in Battlefield 4 kind of sucked. I thought the story in Battlefield 3 was much better. for Battlefield Bad Company 1 and 2, you don't really need to play Bad Company 1 to understand the story in Bad Company 2, but it would help a little bit. And as for Battlefield 1, that takes place in World War I, Battlefield 5 takes place in World War II, so, you know, their stories aren't really linked. Yeah, I love Sushi, Austin. Ever thought about playing LA Noire Remastered? Possibly. Petty, I thought about that. I also wanted to play the Sherlock Holmes games one days, like Crime and Punishment and Devil's Daughter. That's very similar to LA Noire. I love those games. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you, Jaden, for the super chat also. Do I like Korean food? I don't think I've ever had Korean food. I'm open to try it. I'm always open to try any kind of food. Somebody's blowing up the goods with dynamite. I don't understand why people do that. Some people will just blow up the goods on purpose in this. It's so stupid when they do that. Oh, what the? Any plans to play GTA again? Well, what do you mean? I just did a GTA video like 2 hours ago. The Liberty City Stories. No, Polish and German are very different languages. Am I gonna play Witcher 3? Maybe one day. When's the next GTA Online video? The next GTA Online video is gonna be in July, when another update comes out. I'm not doing any GTA Online content until you know, another update comes out, because there's nothing for me to do. I'm gonna do the old GTA games that I have plenty of content for. But like GTA Online, no, there's nothing for me to do. And you can even see there's a lot of YouTubers that, you know, don't, there's not much content for them to do on GTA Online, and GTA Online views are like, you know, in general, they're just down all right now because there's nothing to do. So, you know, I'd rather expand my channel and try to do new content. About to finish now. We're about to get at Ansburg here. Do I like Vice City Stories? Yeah, Vice City Stories was a great game. What would you compare in GTA San Andreas to GTA 5? San Andreas is a very different game. I mean, it has the planes and all that. I thought San Andreas, the map is just much more unique than the map in GTA 5. I feel like the map has just a lot more life to it in San Andreas than in GTA 5. Resident Evil 7, I don't know, maybe I'll play that game one day. Is that Lightning Tomahawk real, or is it clickbait in red, that Lightning Tomahawk? I don't know what you're talking about right now. I will have to see what the open world game is like that Ubisoft is making. They should add Las Venturas and San Fierro to GTA 5. I think that that might be a future location. It might be 2 cities, Las Venturas and San Fierro. Hey, Professional, how are you? I'm good, Sam. How are you? Thank you for the super chat. I don't really like fighting games. Oh yeah, I know, but there actually is 2 ways to get influence besides besides ranking up, Cam. The first way is you can complete the daily challenge each day, because the daily challenge that you complete, one of them will give you 3 influence points, and then the other way to get influence points, and it's actually a decent way, is that every week you have the hotspots that spawn, so there's collectibles every week that spawn. Get all the collectibles, because oftentimes you'll find a decent amount of influence in those. Oh, it's an April Fool's joke. What is it, Sam? Thank you for the super chat. Okay, let me see about if I can do a bounty hunter here. Oh, hey, Relicane, how are you, man? Yeah, Fallout 3 in New Vegas I'll do one day. Oh yeah, I have guides on my channel. I have guides for like all the separate roles. So just look up my Reddit online, like my guides playlist, and you'll see like a bunch of videos that I have in there for different roles. Microsoft bought Sony for 100 billion April Fools. Well, thank you for the super chat, Sam. If that even happened, I wonder what would happen. If they would have, if that even is possible, if they would have both consoles at once. My favorite game of all time? Oh, that's easy. Saints Row 2. Oh, we're doing a bounty hunter mission here. Oh, come on. Since you speak Polish, would Russian be easy? Well, I mean, Russian would be, I guess, a bit easier for a Polish speaker than an English speaker, because they're both Slavic languages and they hear a lot of words and pronunciations. But I think the hardest part about learning Russian, at least in my opinion, I don't think it's even the words itself. I think it's the alphabet, because the Russian alphabet, like it uses a completely different alphabet, a lot of different letters and stuff. You would have to just learn that, and just I think learning to read Russian would probably be, learning to write and read would probably be the harder than speaking it, at least in my opinion. Do I read chat on my phone? Yes, I do. favorite Bethesda game? The Elder Scrolls series, Sam. Do you think Micah Bell would have outsmarted the gang? If Arthur wasn't there, yes. Okay, here's the hideout. Okay, let me put on free aim because I want to put on free aim for this. Oh, I got no ammo? Didn't even realize. Oh, no, no. Ah. This is what I hate about the rocks. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Oh, thank you, Sam, for the super chat. Rockstar confirmed GTA 6 is going to be Xbox and PC exclusive April Fools. Well, thank you for the super chat. I think if they did that, though, I think there'd be massive outrage. Yeah, GTA 3 walkthrough I'll do, I just don't know when. I'll do it definitely this year. Okay, and I guess wait till probably like 4 minutes and then deliver him. Oh, how long is that? Oh yeah, that was trade route we had. Does anyone know when the next free mode event is gonna be?
Yeah, it's going to pop up immediately. Could be, I don't know what it is, actually. I have no idea, but something is going to pop up less than a minute.
In less than a minute?
Yes.
Okay, then, at 6 minutes, go and deliver the target then, over there.
Yeah. So.
Man, I hate it when they just run around like that, But he's not dead after that? You gotta be kidding me.
TJ thinks it could be real.
Okay, you know what? I always like to see it, like how the attire matches the gameplay. Well, thank you, Span. I will thank you for the super chat there. I always try to get an outfit that suits like the game that I'm playing. Do you want to see more favorite game series be bought by Microsoft to be Xbox and PC exclusive? No, Sam. I don't want any games to be exclusive, not PlayStation or Xbox. Everyone should be able to play any whatever games together. Oh, we got Railroad Baron. Okay, perfect. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna just get some express ammo really quickly. I need that for my Springfield, and I need to clean it also. Antsburg, okay. Next role in Red Dead Online, I don't know. I'm just getting really I'm just really disappointed with Rockstar of what they did with this Outlaw Pass 5. I mean, like, what do you guys in the chat think of Outlaw Pass 5? Like, let me know what you guys think of it. I'm guessing the majority of people agree that it's not good.
Well, hello. It's been a little while, hasn't it? What can I help you with?
Only better than nothing, says Saucer. Yep, that's a pretty good description there. Okay. Major letdown. Yep. Clown Pass 5. Love the stream. Thank you, Jensen. Okay, we'll be joining here now. Okay, let's do this. Am I gonna play Hitman 3 more often? Yes, I'm gonna do the sniper missions. I still have that. So I'm gonna I'm gonna do the sniper missions also in Hitman when I get around to them. If this, oh, I'm getting shot at already. Oh, and I forgot to clean it, damn. I should have cleaned it too. If this Railroad Baron goes really easy for us, guys, then next time we do Railroad Baron, let's try to make the posse smaller. We'll take 2 posses, 4 and 4, and we'll both join separate lobbies. Because, like, you know, usually joining is like an 8-person posse, and this makes it really easy for us. Because we're, outnumbering everyone else, and they're all fighting each other.
Well, we can keep free aim on and use challenge weapons.
I mean, I guess we could use free aim, but nah, I don't. It's still even if we're using free aim, they have like a map. Just the advantage is just so much more than ours. Because use auto aim and like everyone else, and if we just destroy them in this mode, then we'll probably just do Rail Baron in the future for like 4 and 4 posses. Where can I get a hat like yours? Well, I mean, this hat, I got this hat on Amazon some time ago. Yeah, I mean, a hat like this you could also get at a Western store too. Where'd you get your Leone suit? Oh, that one was easy. That one was just the same suit as the Hitman suit, and the same shirt as Hitman, but instead no red tie, and you just the last button is just unbuttoned, and then you kind of have like the endings of the shirt open, kind of like how Tony does. So that one was pretty easy to do. Explosive rounds. Is a Litchfield rifle good? I mean, yeah, I mean, it's most people don't like it because it's not as accurate as Lancaster, but I like that it does a little bit more damage. Yeah, this is already going easy for us, like, Thank you for your videos, GT Online, like top 5. You helped me a lot with English. I learned a lot of new words and sentences. I can easily speak English at my school. Thank you. No problem, Andre. Also, check out my Red Dead Online top 5. I have that in a separate playlist if you like the GTA top 5s. And I also have like classic top 5s, which are I'm putting in the playlist for the game that I'm playing. So San Andreas has some, and I'm gonna be yeah, I might make like a classic GTA top 5 playlist. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption story is excellent. It's worth it alone for the story. Is story or online better? Story, probably. The online is they're still adding stuff over time, but yeah, I would say story. But you know, it's worth the game is worth it alone for the story. Okay, there we go. What other games could you think about how buggy, glitchy, and broken the game was at launch besides Assassin's Creed Unity? Sam, thank you for the super chat. Cyberpunk? Cyberpunk was really broken and glitchy at launch. Do I play Modern Warfare? Yeah, I do. How come you do the events? It mixes up the gameplay. I don't do all the events. I only do the ones that interest me, like Railroad Baron and, you know, the fishing challenges, trade route. I won't do some of the ones like, you know, the most animal kills, because I think that one's stupid, or animal photography, I don't like that one. Or protect the legendary animal, yeah, I don't like those. I think killing the most animals is probably the stupidest one, where you're just running around in circles on your horse, just trying to shoot the most amount of animals. I think that was the stupidest free mode event, at least in my opinion. How is my week? My week's good, Sam. Thank you for the super chat again. Man, you're on fire with those super chats. Yeah, what is Red Dead Online now? It was $4.99 for like a few months. What is the price right now? I'm curious. $19.99. Oh, that's definitely not worth it. No. $19.99 for just the multiplayer? No, that's not worth it. That isn't. I would say $4.99 was probably worth it for just the online, but for just the online for $19.99, no. No, and the single player just has so much content to it, and the online doesn't have that many DLCs. No, that's not worth it. That isn't. Will you do more crazy current event videos? Yes, I will. I have more of those planned. Special thanks for the guys. Well, thank you, Revan. Thanks for the super chat. Glad that you found them helpful. Did I hear about the character creation for Watch Dogs? No. What's going on with that? Did they announce something new? I know they were gonna add character customization to the game, but wonder what that's gonna be about. They should have just kept Red Dead Online at $4.99. It should have just been $4.99 permanent. Because like now no one is gonna buy it for $19.99. Most people aren't. That was just stupid. Do the Forellis and the Sindacos exist in GTA 3? Great question, Matthew. Sindacos, no. Sindacos are finished. Once Tony kills Paulie Sindaco, that's it for the family. The family's wiped out completely. As for the Forellis, do the Forellis exist in GTA 3? Kind of. The Forellis, as we know in GTA Liberty City stories, have been destroyed for the most part after what happens at Fort Staunton, which is going to be coming up on my series. Franco Forelli is killed in the explosion. Their boss. They used to be called the Forelli crime family, but in GTA 3 they're called the Forelli brothers. So they went from being a mafia to being a small-time gang. So they went from being one of the largest, like, mafias in the city. They were the most second powerful mafia behind the Leones, and the Sindacos were the weakest. So they definitely lost their power, they lost their foothold, and they just weren't the same. And then one of the Forelli brothers is actually killed in GTA 3, so then there's only one Forelli brother left. For $19.99, you should get a roll in money too. Oh, I agree with you, Austin. If they're gonna charge you $19.99 for the online, then you should get all the rolls that should come with that. All the rolls should come with that. You shouldn't have to pay any gold for that. That should all just be there with it. Do you think there would be a gold mine DLC? I mean, I wouldn't mind one, but I don't know how would that work exactly, though. Why are you taking a Springfield rifle, not a bolt-action rifle? Great question, Andre. I like it the Springfield rifle does a little bit of damage. With the ability cards that I'm running a max damage build, and so when I use the Springfield rifle, I can generally kill people in 2 shots. I know I can kill people in 2 shots with the bolt-action, but the Springfield is just a little bit more damage. So if somebody's trying to heal, it's going to cause them a lot more problems. I had some people come to my Xbox and say, did you hear about the new GTA 6 leaks? I said no, but this is a YouTuber over 1 million subscribers, said GTA 6 is coming out soon. I said no and stop. Well, thank you for the super chat, Sam. Yeah, thank you for the super chat, but I'll say about, like, GTA 6, yeah, people, just because somebody has, like, 1 million subscribers, that doesn't make them more reliable than, like, somebody that, has less subscribers. I'm tired of hearing that argument. Oh, somebody says, oh, they have, like, they have, like, they have 1 million subscribers, so then therefore they're more reliable. No, it's not the case. Are you religious? Am I religious? Not really that much. I mean, I'm more of an agnostic. I don't really even like discussing it. No, I'm not really into cars. Okay. Let me clean this gun here. Sometime in April, they are releasing character customization. You said about that, but like, did they detail exactly what do you mean by the character? How is that going to work exactly? Okay. So you see, hang on. Oh wait. So you see the Springfield is a little bit more damage. It's not like it's not a lot, but it's a little bit more damage. That's just why I like it a lot. Do you think Rockstar will give us another boring update? Possibly. Because, like, Red Dead Online has not had a good track record of updates recently. Like, you know, the Outlaw Pass expires in, you know, May 31st, so probably in June. We're probably going to get something next after that. But I'm going to say this. Like, think about it this way. If Outlaw Pass expires in, like, May, and then the next DLC comes out in June, that's going to be almost exactly 1 year since, like, Naturalist came out. So this game has not had a proper DLC for almost a year. I'm just saying, people are getting more and more pissed off with Rockstar support on Red Dead Online. I think Tony becomes the Don of the Leones or his son? You mean after what happens to Salvatore in GTA 3? Well, I think Tony becomes the boss. I don't think it's his son Joey. And the reason I don't think Joey becomes the boss is because Joey's not really you know, mafia material. He's not really the type of guy to get into the mafia's business. He's not a leader. You know, you can just tell from him he's not a gangster like Tony. Yes, he is a criminal. You know, he runs his chop shop where he like steals cars and stuff like that, and does other criminal activities. But he's just not like Tony. So it's I don't think that Joey becomes the boss. I think Tony could definitely handle being a boss. I don't think Joey would. What do you think, Mafia Definitive Edition? You mean the Mafia remake? They said you'll be able to change facial hair styles and colors. Oh, that's nice. What happened to GTA? You quit? No. What do you mean, Tom? I have the next part of GTA Liberty City Stories coming out tomorrow, and I put up a GTA video like 2 hours ago. And Pro, I didn't want to tell you the clickbaiter's name because I didn't want to give them any more attention. Yeah, and that's good. You didn't even say their name. I have the same viewpoint. Sam. Oh, damn. Oh, that's not good. Okay, let me feed my horse something because my horse is about to die here. Oh, we got a roadblock up here. Let's take care of that. And can you guys all use can you guys all just use a free aim on it? Because if we all use free aim, it'll be a bit easier.
And stealth maybe.
Well, not really stealth,
Up to you.
because once we take out just a few of them, they're gonna get alerted. I think I'm gonna use the Carcano here. I gotta get to a high position here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, I still have, I think I still have auto aim on, do I? Let's see here. Yep, I do, because that free mode event. Sometimes their movement is so irrational. Okay, there we go. Good work. Okay, I'm gonna sell my camp here. I think it might be full. Does anyone else need to sell their camp?
My camp is full as well.
Okay, let me just check my camp, and then we could possibly help you with yours. Okay. Well, the map icon's not leading me good on this. Okay, let me look at this. Let's see. Oh, it's halted. I need a resupply mission.
Troubling news, I'm afraid. Some of our fellow traders set off for market, but never arrived. Now, I was thinking you could go check on them and maybe lighten their load for the return journey.
I hope it's a new role in the next
Don't you
update.
think? Good.
What I'm new to this game. Let's talk about selling exactly. That's the trader role. If you get the trader role, you can start your own business at the camp, and you can start and you can basically bring back materials, which is like, you know, animal skins and, you know, everything besides animal meat and skin carcasses. And you bring that to crypts, and then supplies are stuff that like you steal or you do missions for, and you combine those two, and they'll produce like up to a total of 100 goods. And if you have like if you have max level with the trader, you can get like the 100 wagon goods, so you can sell all 100 goods at once. And you just take it on a drive, and you just sell it at the destination. There's also a moonshine business, and that you can, you know, you have a moonshine shack, you produce it, and, you know, I have a video that details all of this, so, like, if you have any trouble with any of the roles, just check out my Moonshiner Guide, Ultimate Moonshiner Guide, or Ultimate Trader Guide. How long GTA 6 clickbaiters been going on YouTube? Thank you, Sam. I mean, since GTA 5 came out, really, even before that. And thank you, Eric. Hey, Patrick, hope you're having a great Friday. I wasn't expecting you to stream this early. Love these Friday Red Dead streams. Hope you have a good holiday weekend. Thank you, Eric. Thanks, man. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, how far are these supplies? Oh, my day's been good. Thank you, James Kalen. Thank you for this super chat. Been good. I love your GTA Liberty Cities videos, like this, like Savage Helicopter. Oh, thank you, James. Thank you, James the Cool. There are no, well, there's a helicopter in Liberty City Stories, but you need to steal it in a mission. That's the only way to get a helicopter in the game. Okay, let's see up here. Oh no. Thank you for subscribing, Ahmed. And thank you, the final gamer, for subscribing. Thank you, Oscar, for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing. I don't know how to read that name. What language is that? And thank you, Han, for subscribing. Thank you, Deluxe, for subscribing too. Yes, I'll play the GTA 3 story on the channel. I'll definitely do that. We can just follow the train tracks. That'll get us back to the camp. Thank you, Fan, for subscribing. And thank you, Deshaun. Thank you guys for subscribing. And thank you, Will, also. Am I gonna play Outriders? I don't know. I love seeing your variety videos. Thank you. And thank you, TN, for subscribing. And Nicholas, thanks. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Noah, for the super chat. And Maitre, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, thank you for subscribing. And thank you, X-Man, also. Damn, how far around do I gotta go to get back to my camp? This is ridiculous. The game wants me to take that. Why don't I just cut through here? There's no need to go all the way around like that. Thank you, Michael, also. Am I gonna play PS5 exclusive games? If it's like a game that interests me, I'll play it, sure. Like, Ghost of Tsushima was PS4 exclusive. I really like that one. There we go, all delivered.
Nice work.
Okay, James. Man, I hope you have a great day. Thank you, Kevin. Same to you. And thank you, Shadow, for subscribing. What rank am I right now in the Outlaw Pass 24? Okay. It's 1440 to rank up each time. That's easy.
Excuse me.
I still can't believe that some other people don't like your channel because you don't post GTA. I love this channel. Well, thank you there, Smelly. I never understood that personally. I see, like, occasionally I see comments of people just getting pissed off that I'm not playing GTA. And some people even take it a step further. Some people get pissed off that I'm not specifically playing GTA 5. Like, they'll just post on, like, Liberty City videos or San Andreas videos, and they'll be mad that in general that I'm not playing GTA 5 specifically. I just never understood that logic. You know, if you're not interested in watching, like, specific content, just don't watch the video. It's as simple as that. But I don't understand, like, the need for somebody to just go over to, like, another video and just complain, oh, this isn't the game that I want to see. I don't understand that logic. And also, like, you know, I don't know what these people are thinking when they post these comments. Like, they're like, oh, this sucks, play GTA 5. Like, like, do they honestly think that the YouTuber is gonna read that comment and be like, oh yeah, he's 100% right, I should stop playing this game because it sucks and only play GTA 5. Like, I don't know what they're trying to accomplish with a comment like that, or if they even think that I'm gonna listen to that. That's just... Hey Pro, love the content, been following your GTA Money guides for over a year now and have made millions. Thank you. Well, glad it helped you out, Ben. Thank you, Noah, for the super chat also. Thanks, man. I think the most, I think that, you know, and you know, this, like I said, this doesn't just happen to me, you know, this will just happen to other, YouTubers also, if they're known for playing one specific game, and then they might start doing games, playing other types of games, you might have, like, a group of people that might just start hating. Like, for instance, have you guys noticed that sometimes when I post, like, a Watch Dogs Legion video, there will be, like, a bunch of dislikes right, like, within the first minute of the video? It's not even, they haven't even watched, like, a full minute of the video. But, you know, I'm guessing that, you know, there's no way for me to tell 100%, but I'm guessing that the vast majority of that is probably from, it's probably from people that are just simply pissed off that it's not a GTA video, and so they just decide to just come to the Watch Dogs video and instantly dislike without even watching it. And it's like I said several times, I have no issue with people disliking my videos. You know, if somebody really doesn't like my content and, you know, they want to go ahead and dislike it, you know, fine. That's their opinion. But the one thing that I take issue with is I take issue with when somebody dislikes and they don't even explain why. Like, if they'll just dislike and they won't even tell me why. And the reason that I want to know why is so that I can improve my content. If somebody tells me why they disliked it, you know, maybe I did something wrong or something, and I can improve my content for future videos. But if somebody, you know, if somebody comes to, like, a video, like, and they just dislike it, and the only reason that they dislike it is because it's not a GTA Online video, that's just stupid. That's not really a valid reason to dislike something, in my opinion. If you don't want to watch the video, just don't watch it. It's as simple as that. But yeah. Oh yeah, and I agree. It's my channel. Yeah, I play whatever game I want to play. And you know something? Okay, where's this? The other ones? Oh, they're here.
You're Pecker's hog feed, you asshole!
Okay, there we go. Do you have any siblings? I have a half-brother and a half-sister. Okay, but you know, for anybody that is a YouTuber or, like, you know, wants to get into YouTube, the thing that I'll say is don't ever let people, like, you know, dictate your channel. Don't ever let people tell you what you can and can't play, because if somebody posts a comment, like, saying, like, oh, hey, can you play this game? There's nothing wrong with that. They're just making a suggestion. But if somebody, like, posts comments on your channel saying, oh, you better play this game or I'm gonna unsub, don't listen to those people. Because, like, I'll tell you something, is for, like, a long time, what happened to me on my channel is, your channel has only gotten better by expanding into more diverse content. People that don't realize that are just ignorant. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, there's another one. Is a bounty target here too? What? Okay, might as well go grab them. A lot of random events here. But, you know, every single channel out there has that that one specific group in their audience that is just like really nasty and just like only expects to see like one type of content. For the most part, you know, most of my subs, you guys are cool, but there's that one small group of people that they try to dictate you know, what I can and can't play on my channel, and that has gotten pretty frustrating. For the most part, I just ignore those comments now. I used to respond to them, but for the most part, I'll just ignore a comment if I see one like that. But it's like I said, you know, those people that specifically do stuff like that, they're really rude and nasty to people when they try to mix up their content. You know, I usually call those people demanding subs. That's a term that I have for them, and you know, I would say that they're very different than, like, you know, a fan of your channel. Because like somebody that's not interested in other content that you post, like if you're known for posting like one specific type of game, like if you post, for instance, like, you know, GTA online, and then you maybe you'll post like a different game, and for the most part, the people that aren't interested, they just won't watch the content, and that's fine. You know, everybody has their likes and dislikes. But then you have that specific group of people, and what they'll do is they will go to every single video that's literally not the type of content they want. So if it's like a different game, if it's not GTA, they'll go to every single video that's not GTA, and they will just dislike bomb the video, or they'll leave a bunch of nasty comments and saying like, oh, play this game, play, you know, GTA Online only. And what happened to me is, for the most part, I gave in to those people. For a long time, I used to give in to those people, because whenever I tried to play any other game, what would happen is, and I posted that, I would have like a bunch of comments and just dislikes. I would just show up instantly and just demanding only GTA Online and nothing but GTA Online, and I just kept giving into that audience for a long time. And that's probably the biggest mistake that I've made with my channel, is that I gave into that group of people for a long time. And but you know, now I don't do that stuff. And what happened was, what finally pushed me out of that, getting out of that box and stopped listening to those people, is when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out. Because when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, what happened was, like the few weeks that were leading up to the release of the game, I was like telling people on streams, and I was telling people in videos, and I was just basically saying like, you know, hey guys, like, you know, when Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out, I'm gonna be doing content on this game. I never once did say I'm gonna stop GTA Online and I'm only gonna play Red Dead Redemption 2. I never said that. I always said that I'm gonna play both GTA Online and Red Dead Redemption 2. This is like, you know, fall of 2018, or like, you know, October, like before October, like a month before that. And so what happened was, for the most part, I didn't get much of a response to that. Like, I didn't really see anybody commenting on that or saying anything on that. And then what happens is, like, Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out, and I start doing videos on Red Dead Redemption 2. And you guys probably can guess what happened. So when I started posting Red Dead Redemption 2 videos, I started posting the single player, because the single player came out a month before the online. What happened was, I had gotten a lot of my videos dislike bombed, like just my Red Dead Redemption 2 videos, and I had gotten so many nasty comments. I've never seen that much hate before on like all my channels, like my channel's like life. I've never seen that much hate on my channel, like at that point when I started doing Red Dead Redemption 2. Just some people were just so nasty and just so demanding. Like they were just getting pissed off simply for the reason that I was doing Red Dead Redemption 2 content. Like, it was no other reason. It was just like, oh, this game sucks, stop playing Red Dead, play only GTA. Oh, this game is boring, you just ride around on horses all day. That's like comments that I seen like that. And the thing is, though, I was still posting the exact same amount of GTA Online videos. I wasn't posting any less GTA Online videos. So every Saturday I had a GTA Online video. And what happened was, every Saturday I also had a Red Dead video. So I would post both a GTA and a Red Dead video on the same day. So it's not like I was reducing the amount of GTA Online videos that I was doing. I was doing the exact same amount of GTA Online videos. In fact, I was actually doing more videos. So I was doing more work on my channel, because I was also doing Red Dead content alongside that. But those people didn't see it that way, the people that were complaining. They were just demanding just only GTA Online. So even though it was the same amount of GTA Online videos, they were getting pissed off that I was also doing Red Dead. I don't know why, and I didn't seem to understand this. I talked to one of my friends, and I said to her, I'm like, why are all these people getting so mad at me if I'm still posting the same amount of GTA Online videos? And she said, because the people that are complaining, they see it this way, that if you're,
Well, this is a particularly fine specimen.
raw materials, this is weird, 100, okay, selling this now. So my friend, she told me that the way that the people complaining, the way that they see it, is that if he's doing Red Dead videos as extras, why doesn't he do more GTA videos? That's just, you know, and, you know, she was right on that.
You know, I really feel like a new
And
man.
and
All
what
these
happened was
long, dormant
to me
passions
is
surging through me
for a
once
long
more.
time
So,
I
while
gave into
head
that
into town in
audience.
search of
For
some,
like a long time I
company,
gave into that
could you
audience.
go make a sale?
And like
It'll be a bit of a journey, I'm afraid, but
and
the
the
buyer's
worst
offering
example
good
that I
money.
can think of on this is like I did some Battlefield 1 streams back in the day, and so right when my channel took off, like that was right after gun running. And what happened was my channel was only at 300 subs, and I had like for a year and a half. So a year and a half, I only gained like 300 subs, and then gun running came out, and I gained like literally 300 subs in one night. So it was like I gained like 1,000 subscribers in the next few days, and eventually after like a few months, I was at like 10,000 subs, and so what happened was I just kept doing GT Online content, and then one day I decided to do, you know, Battlefield 1, because I like Battlefield 1, it was a fun game, and I felt like playing something different that day. I didn't feel like playing GT Online that day. And what happened was, damn, how do I get this out of here? Where am I even taking this to? Let's see the destination. It's not that far of a drive, but the road is a little bit rough. Can I get this on the train tracks here? I'm gonna try to turn this around. So what happened was, whenever when I posted like when I did GTA Online streams at that time, they got between like 100 and 200 viewers, and when I did the Battlefield 1 stream, it was maybe like 10 viewers, and at first I didn't seem to understand it, because I was like, I was thinking, oh, maybe people aren't getting notifications when I post like a Battlefield stream or something like that, but I realized that for the most part people were getting notifications. They just weren't interested in Battlefield, which is fine, but what happened was, out of the 10 people that were actually on the Battlefield 1 stream, the vast majority of the people that were just there weren't even there to watch me play Battlefield 1. They were actually just there just to ask when I was going to post a GTA Online video, and that kind of hurt me, because I felt like a lot of those people, like, that they didn't care for my other content, and that I could only do GTA Online, and I was trapped in this ever-ending cycle of just GTA Online and nothing but GTA Online. And, can I even get this down here? I'm gonna see. This might go really bad. Yeah, this might go bad. I'm gonna try to get this on the road here. Damn. Yeah, I think this... Ooh. Let's try to get this out of here. Oh, come on. What is this getting stuck on now? You gotta be kidding me. Okay. So anyways, you know, moving on to my story, what happened was, like, the 10 people that were there that were asking for, like, just, you know, GTA Online, there was this one guy that appeared in the chat, and the one guy, like, I'll never forget his comments, and this is before I even had a filter on my YouTube comments, so, like, people when they would post nasty stuff, it wouldn't get blocked right away. And so this guy, like, it was one of the most nastiest comments that I've ever seen in my life. It was a stream comment, but I've never forgotten it to this day. And the guy basically told me that, he said in the comment that he subscribed to my channel for GTA, not Battlefield blank. I think you guys know what blank is. And he told me to play GTA right blank now, or he's going to blank unsubscribe. And that's, like, one of the most nastiest comments that I've seen. And like, I was shocked when I saw that comment, because I was, like, thinking to myself, like, how can somebody get so pissed off just because I played a different game? Like, what's the big deal? Like, why are you so mad about that? It's just, all I did was just stream a different game one day. It's not the end of the world. I don't understand. But, you know, when Red Dead Redemption 2, so that was, like, you know, in late 2017, and what happened was, like, as, like, you know, when Red Dead Redemption, I gave into those people that, like, constantly kept complaining and saying that they only want to see GTA Online, and then, like, you know, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, and Red Dead Redemption 2 is really what changed my view on it, because I like Red Dead Redemption 2 a lot. It's one of my favorite games, and what happened was, you had, this same group of people that were, once again complaining, and they were just being nasty. And when Red Dead Redemption 2 first came out, that's the time that my channel had gotten the most amount of hate. Like, I had more hate than any other point in my channel's, like, life cycle. Like, I just had, like, people that were just dislike bombing the Red Dead videos, like, leaving nasty comments and everything. And it's not that there was even anything wrong with my Red Dead videos. It was just simply because it wasn't GTA. And like I said, it was still the exact same amount of GTA Online videos. I wasn't posting any less GTA Online videos. but that's not the way the people saw it that were complaining. And what eventually happened was I said to myself, no, this isn't going to happen anymore. I'm not going to, give in to these group of people that are constantly complaining. I'm going to play what I want to play on my channel. I said I'm going to do Red Dead content, and I'm going to do Red Dead content. And I stuck with Red Dead content, and I kept doing it. Even though my Red Dead content got nowhere near the amount of views that my GT Online videos did, I still did it. And it was primarily because I enjoyed the game. I didn't do it primarily for views. Yes, I do make a living on YouTube, but I didn't make my Red Dead video primarily for views. I did it because I enjoyed the game, and I wanted to share that experience with other people and have them enjoy that content. And there was people that were telling me that my Red Dead content was going to go nowhere, my channel was going to fail, my channel was going to die. This is like, 2 years ago. And so what happened was I had gained thousands of subscribers from Red Dead content. Like, one of my Red Dead videos is going to hit 1 million views, which is my ultimate beginner's guide. So I did pretty well on the Red Dead content, and I'm just so happy that I didn't listen to those people that kept telling me, only do GT Online, this game's dead, blah, 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 that. But, that's why sometimes, like, you gotta do what you enjoy. Like, not everything is about views, and, like, there's so many people on YouTube that they're just so obsessed with the views. Like, they let the views go to their head. They're like, oh, this isn't getting enough views, this has to get views up. And all they think about is they think about how much views can their video get in 24 hours. They don't think about how can my video grow over time. They just think, how can it get the most amount of views? Every YouTuber should be thinking, how can my video grow over time? Not how much views can the video get in 24 hours. Because I'll tell you, the amount of views that the video gets in 24 hours, maybe it depends a little bit on it, but it doesn't depend entirely on how the video grows. Because take my San Andreas video, for instance, the top 5 hidden signs that Big Smoke was going to betray CJ. When I was posting San Andreas videos, I had the same, some people still doing the same thing when they were just, leaving nasty comments just simply because it wasn't GT Online. And they were like, oh, your San Andreas videos aren't getting enough views, do GT Online only. But I kept doing San Andreas videos. So I posted a video basically giving an explanation on how Big Smoke was going to betray, how hidden things that he was going to betray CJ with. And when I posted that video, like, the first week, I'm trying to think, maybe the first week it got 20,000 views, which is a decent amount of views. But then, like, the second and third week, it started really picking up. It got up to 100,000 views, and then 200,000, 300,000 views, and then it got to the point where, like, every day the video was getting 100,000 views. So it went from getting 10,000 views a day to getting 100,000 views a day. And now that video I posted like a month and a half ago is about to hit 2 million views. And it's going to hit 2 million views. It's not growing at the same rate it was a few weeks ago, but it's still growing. And that is proof right there that videos grow over time. So not everything is based on, like, the first 24 hours. But that's, like, unfortunately, like, the way that a lot of other YouTubers see it. But finishing up this story, so with the Red Dead content, I didn't give in to that audience, and I kept doing Red Dead content, and I'm so happy I didn't give in to the people that were complaining. And what happened was, a lot of those comments, there was less and less of them on each video, and I think the reason there was less and less of those comments is my theory is I think a lot of the people that were complaining probably unsubscribed. What happened was I did lose a bunch of subscribers. I lost, like, a few thousand subscribers within a few weeks of me doing Red Dead content. But, I didn't regret it at all. Because, if somebody's gonna, get pissed off and mad at me and just unsubscribe, because I'm doing a different game, then, I mean, that's their choice. But, I don't want to see anybody go. I don't want to see anybody leave. But at the end of the day, it's my channel, and I'm not going to have somebody tell me, oh, you better play this game and only this game. I do what content I want to do, and if people don't like that, then I'm sorry. But it's my content and my channel, so that's just it. Okay, let me get this down here. McFarland's Ranch, not too far from here. Love the creativity when Pro dresses up, depending on what game he's playing. Honestly, makes him my favorite YouTuber. Thank you, Ben, there. Yeah, and the thing is, though, you can see that other YouTubers, some other YouTubers, like, they will give in to, like, the crowd of people that complains, and then other YouTubers, they'll do what they want. But, like, one YouTube channel that I respect a lot for not giving in to that is the Angry Joe Show. If you guys ever seen Angry Joe, he's a pretty popular channel. I've been watching Angry Joe for many years, so I've been watching him since like the Sonic Riders review. That's actually how I found him, was the Sonic Riders review. So that was like, how long? 9 years ago when he posted the Sonic Riders review, so I've been watching him for a long time. And Angry Joe posts stuff that I'm not interested in at all. But I don't go on his channel and just complain or just, unsubbed. There's content that he posted I like still. But what happened with Angry Joe is he posted angry reviews, and that's where he mainly grew from, his reviews on games. And what happened was he had that like one group in his audience that just constantly kept complaining and demanding more angry reviews for him. They want more angry reviews, and they were leaving comments that were saying that Angry Joe was posting an angry review every day in the past, which is false. I've watched him for years. He never posted an angry review every day. Those people saying those comments are nonsense. But, you know, the people that were constantly demanding that Joe would make, they were telling him to make angry reviews like every week. I don't think that people understand how much effort he puts into those reviews. The guy puts a lot of work and a lot of efforts into those reviews because, you know, sometimes he'll post an angry review a few weeks after a game comes out. And I understand completely why. Because he has to play through the game, he has to beat the game, he has to look for glitches and other problems, and he also has to get his friend's opinion on the game, he has to get costumes and anything else he gets for like the review, he has to do all the effects. So stuff like that, that's not easy. That's not something you do in one day. That's going to take you, you know, weeks of editing. And that's why it takes him that long to make reviews. So the people that constantly complain and saying, oh, he's not making enough reviews, and they don't understand the amount of effort that goes into a review. You know, Angry Joe once he said on his channel that the people that are complaining think that a 20-minute video takes 20 minutes to make. And he's 100% right on that statement. They think that it's just 1, 2, 3, just sit down at your computer and it's easy like that. There's some videos that will take me days or weeks to make. My oldest video right now is the Salem Witch Trials video, which I'm making a video on like comparing the real history of the Salem Witch Trials to the game Little Hope. That video's been taking me months to make. So I've been doing that video for months. It's primarily because I've been busy with other things, but I've been making the script for it for a long time. So it's not something that you just do in just one day. Thank you, Views of a Gamer, for the super chat. On the right path, there will be petty resistance. Think of all the geniuses that were mocked. You are the forefather in varying gameplay. I vary games from you. Well, thank you, man. Thank you for the super chat. But basically, what ended up happening was Angry Joe started doing like movie reviews. So he did movie reviews, and he did like movie reviews, and then he started doing like live streams, and then he was doing something else also. Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember what those reviews are called. The reviews when his friend would do the reviews, the 15-minute reviews his friend would do. I'm trying to remember what that series was called, but I had no problem with that series. But there was like people, rapid fire reviews, I think that's what it was called. So there was like people that were just complaining about all the other content that he was making, that it wasn't just the angry reviews. And Angry Joe didn't give into that. He still did the movie reviews, he did the gaming news and the live streams, and his friend still does the rapid fire reviews. And he's built up a greater audience from the variety of his content. So, you know, he didn't listen to the people that were complaining, and he took his channel in the right direction. Hope you have a good day for everyone. Thank you, noob. But the last thing that I'm going to say about this is the people that are telling that complain on like a channel and will tell that channel like, you know, that, oh, this video isn't getting enough views. Do your regular content. Stick to GTA or stick to angry reviews, as they'll tell Angry Joe. Those people, if a channel listens to those people, they have the greatest chance of their channel, I don't know if the term is dying, I don't know if I would use that term, but they have the greatest chance of their channel just going downhill if they listen to those people. Why? I'll explain why. So let's say, for instance, there's a GTA channel out there, right? Not gonna make any names. But let's say that it's known for doing, that channel is known for primarily doing GTA Online content, right? And what happens is one day that channel tries to do other content, and you have a group of people, like I was saying earlier, that will just complain and just, like, you know, cause a scene and just get mad that that person isn't doing a GTA Online. And so what will happen is that person will just see, oh, my new content isn't getting that much views as my GTA Online content. I guess I'm gonna go back to doing GTA Online, and they just give up all the other content. But new content takes time to grow. It's not something you grow right away. And that's what a lot of people expanding into new content don't seem to understand. They see that it doesn't do as well as their old content, their regular content, and so they just give up on it. But anyways, moving on. So the person gives into those people complaining, only does GTA Online content, right? Now, let me give you guys a scenario. What happens? Rockstar Games posts on the Newswire saying, no more GTA Online DLCs. We're releasing one more DLC this summer, and that's it. No more DLCs. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm saying it's eventually going to happen one day. So maybe not anytime soon, but eventually GT Online is not going to go on forever. Eventually there's going to be a final update, and that could come at any moment. So Rockstar could just randomly say, we're releasing one big final update, and that's it. No more updates ever on GT Online. We're moving on to the next game. And what will happen is the new update comes out. That channel that only did that one content like GT Online will do that update. They'll get a lot of views at first because the new update came out. And then what will happen is literally a month, 2 months after the update, their views drop. And they'll just keep dropping and dropping and dropping. And it will never get back to the same point that they've ever had. And the reason for that is because the game has no more support, there's no more DLCs, so there's not as much people excited for the game. People play other games, and they just get bored of GTA. And even the people that are complaining, the people that complain and just demand only one content, eventually those people get bored of the game and just play other games. And so because that channel listened to the people that were complaining, they've basically limited their channel to only one game. They have an audience that's just focused on one game, and now it's extremely difficult for them to expand into other content. So that's why if you listen to those people that just complain, that's what could happen to your channel. And the thing is though, if you want proof, this thing that I'm talking about, this exact thing has happened to other channels before, what I've talked about. Love all your content. Continue doing what you like. Thank you, Mr. Cash. Thank you for the super chat. Saucer, can you invite to the Posse? I'll help you sell your sale. But there are channels out there. When I was a teenager, so when I was in high school, when I was 16 years old, Modern Warfare 2 was a really big game when I was in high school. And what happened was there was channels that grew on Modern Warfare 2. So they got really popular at Modern Warfare 2. And all they did was Modern Warfare 2. Nothing but Modern Warfare 2. They didn't play any other games. And I think the reason that they only did Modern Warfare 2 is because they saw their views just kept increasing and increasing and increasing. And so they didn't think they needed to do any other games. And then what happens is, Modern Warfare 2, next game came out, was it Black Ops after Modern Warfare 2? Kind of popular too, but I would say Black Ops didn't have the same popularity that Modern Warfare 2 around it. Like Modern Warfare 2, you had like people that were getting on the multiplayer playing every day. Black Ops, yes, you had people on the multiplayer, but it wasn't like you didn't have as big of a crowd on Black Ops as you did on Modern Warfare 2, and so there was less people to watch. And what happened was, over time, less and less people got interested in Call of Duty. Some of the people that were into Call of Duty were kids. They grew up, they grew out of it, weren't interested in Call of Duty. And those channels, because they only did like Modern Warfare 2 and like no other game, their channels just completely like dropped in views. They completely like they fell dramatically. And you'll see like YouTube channels out there that have like 2 million subscribers, and they might post like a video and they'll only get max 10,000 views, not in a day, but in like a week. So in like a week or even a month, they'll get like max 10,000 views when they used to get like 100,000 per week on a video. And the reason for that is because their audience moved on over time, and the channel didn't move on to other content. Their audience moved on, and so that's why, in my personal opinion, it's not a good idea for any channel to do one game. Because I don't want that happening to my channel, where one day Rockstar stops all GTA Online content, and then my channel it's just not as popular as it was in the day. So that's why I focus on different content. It's because I like other games, I want to share that experience with other people, and because GTA Online is not going to last forever.
Hey, can you check if you might be in too many posses?
Yeah, sure, let me see here. Try playing here. Do you think GTA 5 is becoming dry? Oh yes, 100%. Yes, it is. It is. I'm not saying that the game is dying, but it doesn't have the same popularity that it did. It doesn't have the same popularity that it did. It's just getting less and less popular over time.
We have to do the hideout. I can't do anything.
I'll do the hideout for you really quick. If you want to go to your camp, get that ready. I can do this, knock this thing out. Oh yeah, I'll do a GTA 4 walkthrough. But also, if you guys want more proof of this, of what I was saying, of like why it's not a good idea to do a channel based on only one game, there were YouTube channels out there that were just based on Battlefield and Star Wars Battlefront. Like, so they built up their channels on just Battlefield and Star Wars Battlefront. And what happened was, like last year, if you guys remember, Battlefront 2 and Battlefield 5, both at the same exact time, they just cut all content. They said, you know, these games aren't getting any more DLC. Like, Battlefront 2 got one final DLC in May, and that was May 2020, and then I think June was the, June or July was when Battlefield 5 got its final DLC. And what happened was, this announcement came out of nowhere. Like, people weren't really expecting this. Maybe for Battlefield 5, some people were expecting it. Battlefront 2 was really shocking. Like, people thought that Battlefront 2 was still going to go on with more updates for a few more years, but EA just pulled the plug and just ended it. The online is still up, but the game is receiving no more content. And what happened was the channels that were just doing like Battlefront 2 and Battlefield, they saw their views plummet. And that was because people know there's not any more content coming out, so they're not as excited for the game. They're not looking for more DLC or DLC news or any stuff like that, and it makes sense why their views plummeted. Those channels, you know, I feel bad for them, but when they had the chance, they should have tried to expand and do other content and play other games. The Battlefield channels, those channels are in real trouble. The Star Wars Battlefront channels, they're not in as much trouble because they could probably do other Star Wars games and other Star Wars content. But like the Battlefield channels, they could run into some serious problems. There was this one YouTube channel that I saw the other day. I'm trying to remember him. He does videos oftentimes complaining about Call of Duty, but he's known mostly for Call of Duty, but he actually started posting some Battlefield videos, like talking about the next Battlefield game, and he actually is doing pretty well with that. I'm trying to remember the guy's name, but that's actually smart to do, because that will allow your channel to branch off into two games, both Call of Duty and Battlefield. But, you know, enough of me talking about this. I've been talking about this for a decent amount of time here. Yeah, I mean, GTA 5 gets the most popular around an update. Same for Red Dead. It gets more popular when an update comes out, because there's more people getting on the game. How's the weather in Poland? I don't know. I'm not in Poland. Let me see here.
Do you want to help with the sale, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna help you with the sale. Let me just fast travel there, and I'll drive the wagon for you, so you don't have to do that. Let me just fast travel there really quick.
Oh my god, thank you.
Why not just focus on one hit game and then move on to the next one? Why? Because if you're only doing one game, what's going to happen is if you move on to another hit game, your audience is going to be used to you playing a variety of games, and they might not be as interested. If it's a game like a yearly release like Call of Duty, probably it wouldn't be that big of a deal, you know, just doing Call of Duty at a time and then moving on to the next Call of Duty game. But if it's like something different, like if you're moving on to, like, you know, trying to do other games, like even a Call of Duty YouTuber jumping to Battlefield videos, that might be even difficult to do. Even though TJ keeps ducking my Reddit online fight, I still love my mod brother. Hope you have a great weekend, bro. TJ no more. Also, hide a saucer in my other. Okay, thank you, Fernando, for the super chat. Oh, and thank you for the super chat earlier, Noob. And Mr. Cash of Money, thank you. Thank you for the super chats there, Fernando. Okay. I can drive this for you. What are you gonna do when you hit 1 million subscribers? I don't know. I'll think of something. I'll think of something special to do. Okay, it's not close, but it's not insanely far either. I'm just gonna try to cut through the fields. That'll probably get me there quicker.
Yeah, take it. Get radical with the off-road.
I'm now a subscriber. Well, thank you for subscribing, Flory. No, Apple. I'm gonna do a channel update video, but it's probably gonna be Monday because I was in New York for a few months and I just got back here to my apartment in the Midwest. So I'm going to make the channel update video probably on Monday. Just be patient. It'll be up or Monday or maybe Sunday even. I'll try to make it a little earlier if I can. Pro, have I ever had a manual labor job? Yes. I mean, when I worked in retail, you wouldn't think that retail is really much of a manual labor job, but when you work the night shifts and you unpack the truck all night, it's horrible. It is absolutely horrible. I would not wish that on anyone, and I would never want to go back to that type of job ever again, ever. But you know, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. And the thing is, though, about it is that the hours don't really even bother me, because even though it was a night shift, I'm used to staying up late, so it wasn't even the hours. It was the fact that what you had to do in the night shift. It was like unloading this huge heavy truck all night long, and you gotta bring in all these pallets, all these boxes, some of them weighing so many pounds, so heavy. So just doing that all night, just bringing in all these boxes into the store, and then all these totes full of stuff, just so heavy. You gotta put it onto like you gotta put it onto a hand truck, carry that around, unpack all of the boxes, then take all the stuff out, send all the stuff that's full downstairs, stock that all in the stock room, clean up all the boxes, do that all night, and the worst part about it is that the retail company gets so greedy that they understaff their workers. They, instead of putting like 5 or 6 people on a night shift unloading the truck, they think they only need 3 people for that. They don't think they need an extra 2 or 3 people for that. And so what happens is 3 people end up doing the work of like 5 or 6 people, and they're just getting pushed to do that all night long. And the thing is, though, often when you're unloading the truck, you gotta be outside for some time. So like the place that I worked at, it didn't have really a proper loading bay, so they had to unload the truck in the front of the store, and then you had to actually take it in through the front door. And so you were outside for a decent amount of time. Now, in the summertime, this might not be too bad, but in the wintertime, it was actually, there was times when there could be like a massive snowstorm outside, and the stupid company, instead of, you know, postponing the truck shipment, sometimes they would postpone it, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times they would still bring in the stuff even when there was a truck shipment. And what would happen is the truck would get there late, a few hours late, and would hold everyone up, and then when you're unloading the truck, you know, it could be really cold outside, or it could be like snowing, and the snow could blow in your face and everything like that, and you're constantly going back and forth, outside, inside. And the thing is, though, you're doing so much heavy lifting with those boxes that you will be sweating. It could literally be the dead of winter. It could be like 20 degrees outside, and you will be sweating because of all the stuff that you're lifting. So it's just, oh, horrible. So never again with that type of job, ever again. And the thing is, though, is, you know, I tried to talk to the manager before about this, and I said to him, you know, I didn't think that it was fair, because there were specific people at the store that they were assigned to work during the day. They were assigned like on register, so they were just be cashiers most of the day. So they would have an 8-hour shift being a cashier, and then somebody else would have, like, you know, an 8-hour shift on the truck. And the thing is, though, they would be making the exact same wage. So both of them would be making the exact same. One would be working at the night, all night long, unloading a heavy truck. The other would be mostly on the register all day. And that's not to say that people that are working on the register is an easy job, because I've worked on the register, you know, it can get frustrating at times too. But I would say it's much easier than unloading this huge heavy truck all night long. Because at most, when you're on register, you might have to deal with like a bunch of customers and some idiot complaining. But that's pretty much it. When you're working a truck all night long, there's just so many things that could go wrong, and it's just so much manual labor. And I said to my boss, I'm like, I don't think that this is fair that somebody, because it wasn't that some people were taking turns, and sometimes somebody would work on, you know, the register, and other people would work night shift, but there were specific people that refused to work on the night shift at all, and they would only work on the register. And I didn't think that that was fair, that the wage would be the exact same. So I'm like, you know, you get like, what, $10 an hour for like unloading this huge heavy truck all night long, and then somebody else on register for 8 hours in the daytime, and they get the exact same wage. I personally just did not think that that was fair. And so I told my boss, I'm like, you know, the people that are gonna work on doing this overnight stuff, they should get time and a half. You know, instead of $10, make it $15, because that is just not fair. And my boss kind of agreed with me. He said, you know, you got a point. It's not right. And I said, can you please talk to the district manager about this? And I knew that nothing was going to come out of it if he talked to the district manager, because the district manager is an idiot. But at least we tried to do something, right? And so like I knew the district manager's answer was going to be no. And like I told my boss, if the district manager says no for like a time and a half on truck nights, then ask the district manager, what's the point of working the truck night? Why not just work on register? Why would anybody want to work this huge night shift and just unload this huge heavy truck all night long? And so my boss told me that he'd asked the district manager the question. I don't know if he actually did or not, but he told me that the district manager told him that the incentive to do it is you get more hours. That's the incentive. That's like the stupidest answer that I heard. Oh, you get more hours. That's why somebody would want to work on truck. Yeah, it's no. So like, you know, I despise most of these retail companies, like, you know, these large stores and everything like that. Not the people that work there, but the companies, like the corporations, the people that are running this, the CEOs, the district managers. I can't stand these people. I don't like these people that run these places. You know, I've been in that environment for so long. I know how awful some of these retail places treat their employees. It's just disgusting. I mean, I wouldn't say that, you know, I wouldn't use the term that higher-ups are scumbags, because there's a lot of people that are in management positions and CEO positions that are good, decent people, but the problem is that it's very common. And oftentimes, the good people that want to do the right thing, they're not in the positions of power that they should be. So the people that want to do the right thing oftentimes are not in the high positions in the company. Oftentimes, the people that are really scummy and greedy are the people that are in the high positions in the company. But you know what I've always found fascinating about these retail companies, like and anybody, you know, that works in retail, or even if you work in a restaurant, any kind of job where you deal with customers, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. But what I've always found fascinating about these huge mega companies, like these companies that are like, you know, multi-million, billion-dollar companies that have so much money, what I always found fascinating about them is that these idiots, the CEOs running the company, whenever you guys ever deal with a really rude and nasty customer, so you're working in retail or even in a restaurant, and you deal with a really rude and nasty customer, you deal with a customer just being really nasty to you, you know, they're giving you a hard time, you're trying your best to help them, but they're just not, they're not being cooperative, and they say, I'm going to complain to corporate, or they're going to say, like, you know, I'm not going to shop here anymore. That's like what they oftentimes say. And I find it's so funny when when the nasty customers say, I'm not going to shop here anymore. That's like the music to my ears right there, because like when I hear them say that, I'm like, good, now I don't have to deal with this idiot anymore coming into the store anymore. Like, they think somehow the idiot customers that say things like that, they think that just because they don't shop at the store, that's somehow going to affect that person's wage. That person is going to make the same amount of money either way. But what I found interesting about these multi-million-dollar companies is that these multi-million-dollar companies, they will pay their employees like the lowest amount. They'll just pay them like a little bit above minimum wage. They won't pay them any more than that, just a tiny bit above minimum wage, or even minimum wage exactly. And they expect 5-star customer service. So for paying somebody in minimum wage, like, some places, it's like $7, say $7.25, I think, in some states. So like they'll pay people that amount, and they will expect 5-star customer service. They'll expect like professional, perfect customer service. They're morons. Like you can't expect that somebody's gonna give you 5-star customer service by paying them $7.25 an hour. And look, I'm not saying that people that are on $7.25 an hour are slackers. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is you're not gonna get this amazing, perfect service for $7.25 an hour. No one is gonna want to. Very few people are gonna want to go above and beyond for like that small amount. Can you show us all the hidden Easter eggs around Red Dead 2? Maybe one day I could do a video on that. I probably won't have enough time today, noob, because I'm probably gonna wrap up the stream soon. But let's play some poker right now. But I'm gonna say though something is the greedy CEOs these people don't understand anything really about economics either, too, because I'll give you guys a perfect example of how dumb these people are. These CEOs. From my company's experience, I can tell you how stupid they are. What they did was, what happened was, we had a big supermarket that, so the retail store that I worked at, it was like, a small retail store. They had a pharmacy, but this was a really rich company, so this was a multi-million-dollar company. So what happened was, there was you could buy groceries in the store and a few other things, but there was a big supermarket that opened in the exact same plaza as the place that I worked at. So it was literally like walking distance. And what happened was, ever since that supermarket opened, the store that I worked at lost a lot of customers. There was a lot of customers that just stopped going to the store, and they started going to the supermarket. And I've been in that supermarket before, and I've looked at my store, and I know why the majority of, I can tell you 100%, I know why the majority of people are going to the supermarket, not going to the store that I worked at. You know what the company blamed it on? The company, instead of blaming it on their stupid policies, they actually blamed it on the retail workers. So they had a board meeting, they had board meeting, and then they sent the district manager over. And, I don't even know if it's called a company meeting, because you're not really, part of the company, you're just an employee there. But regardless, there was a meeting at the store, and what happened was, I remember I sat there while the district manager was schooling us, so we would all sit there listening to the district manager. The district manager was going off and just basically saying, oh, blah, 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 this. You guys are doing terrible customer service, you're not doing enough, you should be doing more for these customers, we're losing customers to our competitors because you guys are terrible for your customer service. Our customer service scores were actually pretty high. So we were getting over 90s. And the thing is, though, the way the company saw it, if they didn't get 100, so when they asked a customer, what rating will you give the company? If they gave them a 90, they would see that as the same thing as a 0. So they wouldn't see that as a good. So they would just keep seeing that as zeros, and they would only count the 100 scores. And so they kept blaming it on customer service. They kept saying, oh, you guys aren't doing enough for your customer service, blah, 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 this. You guys gotta step it up. We're losing to the competitors. But I'm gonna tell you something. I was in the supermarket, and do you know what I saw in the supermarket? The supermarket didn't have good customer service. The customer service in our store was much better than the customer service in that supermarket. But that's not the reason. The CEOs would blame the customer service. They would blame the workers. They would say, oh, it's the workers' fault that we're losing customers. No, it's not the workers' fault. It's actually the CEO's fault. How did the CEOs affect this? It's the prices. It's as simple as that. The reason the vast majority of people were going to the supermarket, it wasn't because of the customer service. That had nothing to do with it. It was because the supermarket had much better prices. Some things were half off in the supermarket that weren't in the store. And what happened was, whenever I would do returns for customers and they would come in and they would bring stuff in, I would ask them, why are you returning this? Because we had to ask, as one of the policies. And they would say, oh, I found it cheaper in the supermarket. And the problem is, the store wouldn't price match. So if you found something like, in the supermarket, or you found something on Amazon, and you said, oh, here's the price on Amazon, or here's the price in the supermarket, you're going to price match it. The company specifically said, we don't price match. I know that one company that price matches is Best Buy, and Best Buy is very smart for doing price matching. They're very smart because they keep that customer. But other companies that don't do price matching are shooting themselves in the foot. And this company, because they want to be so greedy, they want to charge customers more. That's why they lost the majority of their customers. It wasn't simply because of the customer service. That wasn't it. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. And you can even ask the chat here. If you guys had 2 stores to choose from, right? And you were going to do groceries at both stores, right? One store had amazing customer service, but the prices in the store were just way too much. And then another store had terrible customer service, but everything was half off of what was in the first store. So would you go to the store for really good customer service, or that has really expensive stuff, or go to the store that has really terrible customer service, but really cheap stuff? I think most people would go to the one with cheap stuff, because yes, customer service, maybe you might need help finding a thing or two, but in the end, for the most part, if you know where the stuff is, you can go to the cheaper store, and you don't really need help. So, that's the way these companies, they see it. Saucer, let me just go, I'm just going to go into the game chat here really quick and play poker. But that's just the way these companies, they unfortunately, they see it. They think that customer service plays such a big role in bringing customers back to the store. And yes, I'll agree it plays some role. You have to be nice to your customers. You have to be courteous to them. I agree with that 100%. But customer service isn't everything. You can have amazing customer service, but lose all of your customers simply because you're charging way too much for things at the store. So, how many times have you gone to a place, they have great customer service, but the thing is, the stuff is just too expensive. So it it's if I had the choice going to 2 stores, one with terrible customer service but expensive stuff, one with good customer service but expensive stuff, and one with cheap stuff but terrible customer service, go to the one with the cheap stuff because it's the same thing. I'm buying the same thing that I would buy in the other store, but for half off. So even though the other store might not have the greatest customer service, I'm saving a lot more money. And that's what customers want. Customers want in the end, they want to save money. That's what they care about the most. They're not going to put customer service at the top of their list like these idiotic CEOs think.
Victor had to close shop. Seems these savages cannot spot quality. Que voulez-vous? C'est la vie.
Oh, and sorry, Kyle made a super chat. I didn't see it earlier. To go further on what you said at Lowe's, where I work, if you got a 15 on a customer review, it took for 100% in order to zero out. Oh, wow. So wait, if I understand this correctly, if you got a 15 on a customer, that's 15 out of 100. It took for 100% in order to zero it out. Huh. Thank you, Andre, for the super chat. Your friend Kayash, happy birthday to him. But that one show that I saw a long time ago, like Undercover Boss, like a lot of it is probably staged. I don't know how much it is staged, but I think the concept of the show at least is a good idea. That like the CEO actually goes to the store and actually sees how the store actually runs on a daily basis. Because like the best time for a CEO to come into the store, do you know when is the best time for them to come in? A random time, maybe midday. Midday, when a store is the most busy, that is the best time for a CEO to come in because they can see how that store operates like during the busiest hours. Because what will happen is the CEOs oftentimes they'll come in like a week, they'll announce their visit like a week before. They'll say, oh, we're coming in a week for like checking out the store and something. The store is going to be mint condition in like a week because the managers are going to panic and they're going to clean everything up. If they really want to see the problems that the store is facing, they have to come in at a random moment, unannounced, and then they can see exactly what the store is dealing with. And also, when the CEOs are claiming that stores are complaining that stores are unorganized, I agree that it's important to keep a store organized, but it can't be mint condition perfect like they want it to, because oftentimes when a store cleans up, that's before the CEO comes in. The next, what will happen is the next day or two, everything that they cleaned up is going to be ruined. So you'll have just one idiotic customer that will make a giant mess. And like, I got into an argument a long time ago with my supervisor. This story, I don't think I've ever told this story before. This is a story. This one I'm pretty sure I never told before because I just remember this. But what happened was, company policy at the store that I worked at, it was generally if you're not helping a customer, you have to stop what you're doing and go to the front and just help the other cashiers when they're calling for backup. What happened was there was a stupid customer that he knocked over this cardboard display that had like glass cups in it. So he knocked it over. I don't think it was stupid to put it into a cardboard display, but this customer was even a bigger idiot for knocking it over. So he knocked this over. It shattered a bunch of cups. There was like glass on the floor all over the place there in that aisle. And what happened was one of my supervisors was just calling me to the front, like saying like, oh, go to the front and help the cashier. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm going to clean this up right now. I don't want somebody coming in here and just like stabbing their foot or getting cut on this. I got to get rid of this now. This is a hazard. But the supervisor's like, no, you got to go up to the front, clean it up after. I'm like, no, when I go up to the front, somebody could step on this and cut their foot or something. I'm going to clean this up right now. Because I don't care about the company. I didn't, but I cared about people's well-being. I didn't want somebody to get hurt or something because this idiotic customer put glass here. So I said no, and I got into an argument and I cleaned it up. And they were schooling me that I should have been up there in the front to help with customer service and all that. But this was the most important. This was a hazard in the aisle. This was cups that were destroyed, glass cups that were shattered. So it's like what do you want? Like a lawsuit? You want somebody to get hurt or cut their foot and then sue your company too? What? Because for customer service? So it's
My old tailor closed up shop. Heaven knows where I'll find another as good. That's how the screw turns.
And the thing is though, one thing that I was really known for in my store is I stopped the majority of scams. So I was the one that stopped the majority of scams, because there was a lot of scams at the store. So there was people that were constantly trying to scam and do things, and I was the one who put an end to the majority of the scams. And I didn't stop the scams because I cared about the company. I stopped the scams because I just despise dishonesty, and I despise when people try to do crap like that. And also I don't want somebody else getting scammed. But basically what happened was the most common scam that I saw at the store when working in retail is you had people that came in and it was obvious what they were doing. They were stealing stuff, and then they were trying to return it, trying to do a return scam. And so what these people were trying to act like they were smart, but it oftentimes gave it away. You could tell really easy. You could tell the stuff was stolen when they brought it in. So when somebody would return stuff, oftentimes you could tell when it was stolen. Sometimes it's very difficult, but oftentimes you could tell because the signs are so obvious when something is stolen. How do you tell when something is stolen? The people, what they'll do is they'll try to get smart. They'll try to bring in like a shopping bag from that same store, and they'll say, this stuff is a return, and it's almost always the exact same items. It's the item in the aisle that has no cameras. It's oftentimes an item that's really small but expensive, like vitamins. Something small that they can take without really being noticed. Something expensive, something in an aisle without cameras, and their story. When you ask them why they're returning it, it's always my grandmother didn't need it or my mother didn't need it. It's always the exact story. It's never anything else. And also another thing to tell that the stuff is stolen is when the people are just acting way too nice. When they're acting just way too nice, that is a red flag that the stuff is stolen. Because a lot of times, what will happen is the scammers, they'll be extremely nice because they just want you to fall for the scam. That's oftentimes. So there's nothing wrong with being nice, but when somebody is just way too nice, like they're going above and beyond, they're just being really, really nice to you, that is a red flag right there. So when they're just way too nice, that's the time when you can tell that they're trying to return stolen stuff to the store. Well, somebody left. What happened here? Okay, somebody left, I guess. Do I have any predictions for Reddit Online in 2021, 2022? I don't know, man. Thank you for the super chat there, Ham. But I want more roles to come out in this game. I'm just pissed off of Rockstar's lack of communication on this game. I'm just annoyed with that. Because what could these people but why protect your boss's money when you're making minimum wage? Because these people, what they're doing is they're committing a crime. They're taking something that's not theirs. The company might be crappy, but what could happen is if somebody like me doesn't stop the scam, what could happen is that somebody else that is not familiar with the type of scam that those people are pulling might actually do the return, and what will happen is that person will get fired. So there's like a lot of things that could possibly go wrong. So that's why I always went to stop these scams, because it's not that I cared about the company. The company was just scummy and greedy, but it was just because it was about honesty. It was because I just couldn't stand dishonesty. These people were committing crimes, and I don't want somebody else to be a victim of theirs. But I saved a lot of old people from gift card scams, because like I've had like when I was working on the register in retail, I've had like typically it's mostly older people, seniors that will come in, and like I just see them buying an insane amount of gift cards, and before like I even like ring it up, I just ask them like why are you buying this stuff? Because like it's oftentimes the same thing where like a senior will be coming in and buying gift cards. And like they'll say that oh, I need this to pay off the IRS. The IRS is calling me and threatening me, saying that I have to pay taxes. Or they'll say that what was the other thing? There was the grandparent scam, where the grandparent scam is the scammers. What they'll do is they'll call an elderly person. The scammers will, and they'll say that they're a detective or a cop or something like that, and they'll say that their grandson is in jail or granddaughter, and they'll say that if they want to get them out of jail, they gotta go to the store and buy gift cards and then read it to them on the phone. And the thing is, though, most people aren't gonna fall for this, but the elderly people, a lot of times they don't understand, what gift cards are, or how they work, or something like that, and they get scared. They care about their grandkids, and so unfortunately they fall victim to these scumbags. There was like there was a girl that I remember that I worked with, and she had this one elderly guy who came in and was just buying gift cards, and he was buying over $1,000 worth of gift cards, and she told him that it's a scam. Your grandson or granddaughter, I don't remember which one, but he said that somebody in his family was in jail, and she was basically telling him it's a scam, don't listen to this. And then he just kept going off and just yelling at her and telling her that no, I gotta get my grandson out of jail. And she ended up bringing him up because the guy kept complaining and saying, I want to buy this, you can't stop me from buying this. And so he bought it, and then the guy comes back an hour later and says, is there any way I can get money back on those gift cards? No, you've been scammed at this point. They tried to warn you. They tried to tell you several times. I felt bad that the guy got scammed, but she tried to tell him several times that this is a scam, and he just didn't want to listen. And unfortunately, the scammers got his money. But I saw this one YouTube channel called Kit Boga, where he just messes with the scammers and just pisses them off, and he just pretends to redeem gift cards, but he's not really redeeming gift cards, but the scammers don't know that. And it's just great how he just pisses them off. It's so funny. That guy's a legend with his videos. And the reason he always has an elderly voice on his videos is because the scammers primarily target elderly people, so the scammers think that they're gonna steal gift cards from him, but he's just pretending to be an elderly voice. But Kit Boga is doing the world a service, because when he spends hours just wasting scammers' time and pissing them off, he's actually saving other people in that time from getting scammed, because the scammer could have been focused on another person in that time. So he's providing people with laugh, he's providing people with an amusement, and he's also saving people at the same time. Oh yeah, I've seen Jim Browning's videos, but Jim Browning is a little bit different than Kit Boga, where Kit Boga will just troll them and just piss them off for hours. Jim Browning will actually find their locations and just read it off to them. And I think Jim Browning actually got a scammer arrested once. I think he did the video with I'm trying to remember, where it shut down the scam call center. That was the one. So I think he ended up getting some of the scammers actually arrested. Do you think that the Cayo Perico heist allows you to make money too fast? No, it's a great DLC. But you know something? My mom knows this. My mom knows this this person at work that ended up getting scammed by these scumbags. And what happened was so what these scammers were doing, and I'm assuming that the scammers were Polish that were doing this, because anybody here from New York or lives in New York, Greenpoint, it's a Polish neighborhood in Brooklyn. Pretty sure it's Brooklyn. Yes, it is Brooklyn. But what happened was, so my mom, she's Polish, she's from Poland, and she works with a lot of other Polish people at her job. And what happened was there was these scammers that were targeting elderly Polish immigrants, and what they were doing is they were calling them up, and they said that they were the police, and they said they had a translator. And so the scammer would actually speak Polish to them and would actually tell them the same thing, that their grandson or granddaughter is in jail and that they have to go to the store and buy gift cards. And one of the people that my mom works with unfortunately fell for this. And the scammers believed it because they thought that the police had a translator for them and stuff. And And you know, these people should be in prison for a long time. The people that do this stuff, because it's just sick and disgusting that they're just literally their entire job is just literally just taking advantage of other people and just scamming them. It's horrible. It's disgusting. They're stealing people's money. Your reasoning for not playing GTA Online if your current problem with Red Dead Online. When was the last time there was any real content? Well, I agree with you that, you know, Red Dead Online doesn't have much content, but my reasoning for playing GTA Online is that I've already done hundreds of videos on GTA Online, and there's nothing for me to do. On the other hand, Red Dead Online, while there's not much to do, I haven't done nearly as many videos for Red Dead Online as I have for GTA Online, so it hasn't been fair to my Red Dead audience that I haven't done as much Red Dead content, and that's what I've been doing in the last few months, is I've just increased the amount of Red Dead Online content and want to focus more on that. I've gotten a call from a scammer once who told me that he was from the IRS, and he told me that his name was Agent John White, which is like the most generic name that you can possibly think of. And what happens is that when they call you, you already know that they're a scammer. It's just so obvious, the name that they give you, and just the fact that the IRS isn't gonna be calling you. You know, an easy way to actually, you know, to have them reveal their scam, just basically make them seem stupid, is just simply ask them where they're located. And oftentimes the scammer will just say Washington, D.C., and then just ask them, what's the time in Washington, D.C. right now? And they won't be able to tell you. They might take a little bit just to search it. You might hear somebody on the keyboard just searching up what the time is in Washington, D.C., but they're not in Washington, D.C. I told that to this one guy, like the scammer that called me. I'm like, so you're in Washington, D.C., you're claiming that you're at your offices at the IRS, that you're some special agent, and you can't even look at your computer and tell me what the time is.
Hello there, mister.
I trust everything is well.
Nothing to complain about.
You know, the craziest videos that I've seen on Kate Boga's channel, the craziest videos that I've seen is the one where he pretends to be a rival tech scammer. Those videos, or the ones where he connects two scammers at once, and then he pretends to be like an old lady or an old man, and then he basically, it's so funny because you see the two scammers just arguing with each other. So the two scammers will just be arguing, and the thing is, like, the other scammer will be calling the other scammer saying, oh, that's a scam, don't fall for it. And basically, what they're not saying that's a scam. What they're basically saying is that they want you to fall for their scam. That's why. So it's kind of funny how they're calling the other people scammers when that's exactly what they do. Why do I like the Elder Scrolls more than Fallout? I just like the world. I like the land. I like the stories. You know, I like the factions. I also like, you know, the vampires and the werewolves. Like, you know, I like the Dark Brotherhood. So, like, that's why I like, you know, Elder Scrolls more than you know, Fallout. But it's not that I don't like Fallout. I love Fallout too. But my favorite series is Elder Scrolls. What are you thinking about the people that are speculating that Arthur survived tuberculosis at the end of the good ending? It doesn't make much sense now. Because if Arthur had survived, don't you think that Sadie would have been able to track him down? She tracked down John. The thing doesn't make much sense. Would you think that a map expansion would be a good idea on Red Dead Online, or would it be a waste of Rockstar's time? No, it would be a good idea. If they made a map expansion is exactly what the game needs. They could add Mexico. You know, they have the layout for it in Red Dead Redemption 1. You know, they would just need to copy over the layout and just you know, update better graphics, maybe some new buildings and stuff like that. But they could add like a whole new like landscape. And you know, if they added a map expansion to Red Dead Online, I guarantee you that would bring the most amount of players to the game. The game would have record number, maybe 2-3 times more. If they added a massive map expansion, something like Mexico, that'll bring so many people on this game. There are some people out there that just really hate Red Dead Online, and they will only play the single player. So even the people that hate Red Dead Online and only play the single player, I think even they would play a Red Dead Online just for a Mexico map expansion. So I think that map expansion, I think, would be the best DLC that they could possibly make. I think that would be the best thing that Rockstar could do. Big fan from Chile. Oh, hello, Karen. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Yeah, I know it's the landscape is there. I really want to see more of it. Well, we're approaching 15,000 signatures on the petition, but I I don't I don't think that Rockstar is going to change their mind at this point. It's unfortunate. I hope I'm wrong, but we're at least trying to do something. But the petition, the good thing about it is that even if the petition doesn't do anything, even if Rockstar doesn't listen and doesn't revert to daily challenges, for people that don't know what I'm talking about, I made a petition a few months ago in which what I'm basically asking for, I'm going to fold on this, I don't got anything matching. What I made a petition on is to revert the daily challenges to what they once were. When we had more when we had bigger rewards for daily challenges and we could keep an endless streak. And, it's almost at 15,000 signatures. But the thing about it is that with that petition, the good thing about it is even if the petition doesn't do anything, so even if Rockstar doesn't address the petition, the good thing about that is that points out that Rockstar is not listening to the community. So that is proof right there. So when Rockstar says we listen to fan feedback, you can just shove that petition in their face and say, what about this? With the petition getting 15,000 signatures, and I've talked about it on my channel, PvP Cats talked about my petition on his channel also. And then what was it? I think it was what was his name? I'm trying to remember all the Red Dead YouTubers. Damn, I'm losing my track of thought. But there was another Red Dead channel, decent size also, that talked about my petition. And with all the Red Dead channels talking about my petition and getting like thousands of signatures because of that, the fact that not one person from Rockstar knows that about the petition or at least heard about it, I find that highly unlikely. Some people, I think people at Rockstar know very well about my petition. I think they just don't care. And if they don't listen or even address the petition, that shows right there as proof in their face that they don't listen to the community. Because it gets me really pissed off when Rockstar is like, oh, we listen to the community, we listen to fan feedback, here's the feedback page, and they don't even communicate with fans or anything. That's what's frustrating about Rockstar. Hazard was his name. Yes, Hazard talked about my petition as well. So there you go. I was just trying to remember his name. It was Hazard. So Hazard and PvP Cats talked about my petition. Somebody else might have, but I only know PvP Cats and Hazard that talked about it. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. It's Hazard and PvP Cats were the ones who talked about my petition. Yeah. Why are Rockstar like that? It's been their attitude for a long time. And the thing is, Rockstar has had conflicts with just so many people that work with Rockstar. There are just so many conflicts that go on with Rockstar. Like, you oftentimes have people leaving the company, lawsuits coming up, and I'm not even talking about the stupid lawsuits like the violent video game lawsuits. I'm talking about actual lawsuits like what Leslie Benzies, he was executive producer at Rockstar for so many years. He left the company, and Rockstar were like oh, we're happy of Leslie's service or anything. We wish him well. They're making it seem like it was a nice departure. When a month later the lawsuit just drops. And then you had Dan Houser that left. Dan Houser left randomly, and people were saying that he wanted to retire, which is possible. But wouldn't you think that I think Dan Houser's in his 40s? Wouldn't you, if you were Dan Houser, wouldn't you want to stick with Rockstar for a few more years, at least until GTA 6 comes out, and then you could probably retire? Because if you worked on something like GTA 6, they already made so much money with GTA 5, you'd think you want to stick around for GTA 6, because then you get even much more money for your retirement. But, Dan Houser just abruptly left, apparently for retirement, which I find really suspicious. I think something else was going on behind the scenes that made Dan Houser leave. I think it was something else. I don't know what it could be. But thank you, Danny. Keep up the good work. Here's hoping for more Red Dead Online content. I have too much gold to spend. Yep, me too. I hope houses come out on this game, because I don't want to hoard all this money. I want to spend on something like houses. So, look, Dan Houser left, and, Leslie Benzies left. And then you had, you guys remember when Red Dead Redemption 2 was first coming out? You heard those stories about, the employees at Rockstar, how they were being overworked. They were just working insane hours, 6 days a week. They were 12 hours without breaks or something like that. There was just that. So there's just so many things that go on behind the scenes at Rockstar, and Rockstar has always had this attitude, this very secretive attitude. But then they've had so many conflicts with other people, and the voice actors, the GTA voice actors, the recent GTA voice actors, the people who played Michael, Trevor, and Franklin, they don't really have a problem with Rockstar, not that I've heard at least. But previous voice actors, there's oftentimes a problem. Ray Liotta. Yoda, who played Tommy Vercetti in Vice City, he had a major problem with Rockstar. And that's actually why Tommy didn't come back in San Andreas. Now, Tommy was supposed to, his voice at least, was going to be in San Andreas. It's the guy from Vice City. But he wasn't in, he was just, there was, Tommy's bodyguard picks up the phone in San Andreas, not Tommy. And says that Tommy's not going to talk to you anymore. He just says that to Ken Rosenberg or whatever on the phone. So, like, he was supposed to make an appearance in San Andreas, didn't make an appearance because Ray had some kind of problem with Rockstar. And then the guy who played as Nico had a problem with Rockstar also. I think the guy who played as CJ also had a problem, correct me if I'm wrong on that. But, so the point that I'm making is that so many people have issues with Rockstar, and the thing is, this largely goes unnoticed. This largely goes unreported. And, you know, what I'll say is that, what I'll say about this is that it personally pisses me off of like the coverage that Rockstar gets, because if you guys notice, how does the gaming media cover Rockstar? Like, you know, the gaming media, how do they cover Rockstar? For the most part, it's either they don't report or it's positive. It's almost, you never see any negative coverage of Rockstar. At least I don't see it personally, a lot of negative coverage. And so Rockstar does some really nasty things that you could, or even Take-Two Interactive. And Rockstar, I love their games. They are my favorite developer, but they have a lot of serious problems that they go with, and there's a lot of bad things that they did at the same time. You can also blame some of that on Take-Two Interactive. But the fan outrage and the media outrage is not the same thing as EA. Like, for instance, EA. Imagine a lot of the things that Rockstar is doing. With EA, if EA does that, or they have actually a lot of the things, they get hated on for it. And don't get me wrong, a lot of the hate is justified, because EA has done really bad things. That's why people don't like them as a company. But the point that I'm making is that EA gets all this bad reputation, but then Rockstar doesn't get nowhere near the amount of bad reputation, and they've done some bad things. And I think primarily it's because Rockstar, whenever they make games, oftentimes they're really amazing games like Red Dead Redemption 2 or GTA 5 or GTA 4. And so what happens is they don't get nearly the same amount of hate that a company like EA does. Activision also does some really nasty things, but Activision doesn't get the same amount of hate as EA does. My favorite Rockstar protagonist? Oh, it's easy. It's Nico. Rockstar can't be worse than Bethesda. Well, the thing is, though, I don't know about that. I don't know if, saying Bethesda is the better company. They make very different games. But, I didn't win that. Unfortunate. Damn. Okay. But, look, about Bethesda is, with Bethesda, they made a mistake with Fallout 76. It was a big mistake. I don't even think the concept of Fallout 76 was a bad idea, but I think that the way that the game was executed, no NPCs the game had. The game had tons of glitches. It was just a mess at launch. It was just boring. So, people criticized it, and, then they had all those other issues. Like, they had the issues with the people getting into the dev room. They had the helmets that were, had a toxic mold in them. So, a lot of things went wrong with Bethesda. There were just so many disasters going on. They had the canvas bag. They sent people, nylon bags, I think it was. So, it wasn't the right bag that was advertised in the special edition. There was a lot of things that were going on with Bethesda. But the thing is, though, with Bethesda, yes, they did a lot of stupid things, and they deserve to get criticized for it. But Bethesda, you know what they didn't do? They didn't just give up on Fallout 76 and just throw it in the dumpster. They kept working on the game, and they released a lot of DLCs. And even some people that hated on Fallout 76 have to admit that some of their DLCs are a massive improvement, because they've added NPCs to the world. They added NPCs, they added a lot of quests, they added dialogue where you can talk to people, they added factions, the Raiders, they brought in the Brotherhood of Steel, so they added a lot more stuff to the game, and they actually provided a roadmap. So they provided a roadmap saying, here's what's going to release on this month, and so they let players know about that and stuff. Yes, they did stupid things like the Fallout First crap, but the point that I'm making is that Bethesda at least improved on Fallout 76, and they added, better DLCs. So I don't want to be in the weird position of defending Bethesda, but what I do like is that they didn't just give up on the game. They actually tried to improve it, and they tried to make it better. And I think that if I think that some of the people that like, you know, hate endlessly on Bethesda, you know, I think that it's kind of stupid. You know, yes, they deserve what they got for Fallout 76, the criticism, but you know, when they're trying to make the game better, when they're trying to add NPCs to the world, and people are still saying like, you know, you're a garbage game or something like that, it's like they're trying to add NPCs to the world now. Like what, like people that were complaining about no NPCs, and now they're trying to add NPCs. So, you know, yes, they did do stupid things, but at least, you know, they tried to make the game better, and they didn't just abandon it. Pro, I gotta go. Thank you for responding to my question. Have a nice day. Well, thank you, Smelly. I'll see you. Yeah, and Bethesda, I'm pretty sure they actually talk to their fans, unlike, you know, Rockstar, who never talks to their fans. Cyberpunk, though. Well, Cyberpunk is another mess. Cyberpunk is a little bit of a different mess. Because Cyberpunk had a lot of the stuff that was advertised was in the game. The problem with it is that when Cyberpunk launched, it was a giant mess. So the game was just, you know, completely broken. It was glitchy. And the thing is, though, is there are two people to blame for Cyberpunk's mess. And the first people are the publisher, who got greedy and wanted to release the game, tired of the delays, and the second people would be the unreasonable fans, not the fans, but the unreasonable fans, the people that were just constantly cursing at them, yelling at them to release the game, rushing the game out. And so they shouldn't have listened to those people. They should have still kept working on the game. They should have tried to get the glitches under control. But the publisher wanted to impress their stockholders, and so they just rushed the game out, and the game was an absolute disaster. And the thing is, I feel bad for the developers. The people that worked hard on that game, I feel bad for them. I can't imagine how horrible they feel. They spent so many years working on Cyberpunk. They wanted to make it the perfect open world game. They spent so hard working on it, only for the publisher to one day tell you, you guys got to release this game. No matter what the state the game is in, you guys are going to release this game. And so the game that you put so much work in gets such a bad reputation because of just the glitches that you were unable to fix because the stupid publisher rushed you out. So I can't imagine how the developers feel about that. I would have felt horrible if I was the developer. That's horrible what happened. The Cops vs. Robbers GTA 5 update? What do you mean? Yeah, the thing is, if Cyberpunk gets, if it gets its glitches fixed, then yes, you know, it is going to get a much better rep. But the thing is, people are still always going to remember those glitches. People are still going to remember that, that's always been there. And you know, one game that I remember that got like really negative press, and it didn't even deserve it, was this game called Days Gone. Days Gone is actually going to be free on the PlayStation Plus, and if you have a PlayStation and you never played Days Gone, I highly recommend you download it when it's on PlayStation Plus, because Days Gone is just an amazing open world game. It's one of the best open world games I played. But Days Gone got a lot of hate when it came out, and one of the reasons was some glitches that were in the game, and so it was getting bad reviews. But the developer was quick to actually fix the majority of the glitches, and so I didn't think that the game, the criticism that the game got, or like people were giving it 5 out of 10, like I didn't think that was fair. I thought that the game, when the game was working easily, 9 out of 10, I'd say. It was an amazing game. I really had no issues with the game. There wasn't anything I really didn't like about the game. I loved the game from start to finish. Am I thinking of doing a video on GTA 5 Vice City, GTA 5 Vice City stories? Well, GTA 5, I'm not going to do a video until the next DLC comes out, but Vice City stories I'll definitely do. Hi, a big fan from the UK. Well, hello, Marcus. Let's see here if we win this. Didn't win that. Well, I guess we'll probably take a break here. Who's my favorite GTA antagonist? Probably Tenpenny.
Spoiled for choice with y'all.
Yeah, and look, there are problems with Days Gone, like for instance, like of how the virus infects people. That's never been proven. I'm assuming when they hit you or something like that, you get infected. But yes, I agree that was one thing that they missed. I agree with you on that. They didn't really explain. They didn't explain the infection process. They didn't explain how somebody gets sick or gets the virus. I can only assume that it was all from the other infected. But yes, there are a few things that they there are a few things that they didn't explain, but you know, they could probably explain it in a second game more, because there is going to be a second game. Sunny was a good antagonist too. Well, I mean, it's not really a spoiler, Ricky, but I get what you mean. Pro, there's a YouTuber I know that has the same thumbnails that's on your videos. Who is that? But it's thank you, Agent, for the super chat. But it's whatever, you know. I know people have used stuff from my videos, but it's, you know, I for the most part I really don't care about that stuff. People know what's people know what is my video when they see it. Would I ever play poker in real life? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe for fun to try it. You know, for money, probably not. Maybe something small just to play with friends. Like maybe probably not. Yeah. I mean, it's just you know, maybe a fun game to play with friends, but just not in a casino or anything. No.
How are you?
Yeah, Martinez was a real scumbag in Vice City Stories. The Mendez brothers, those guys were also really bad. The petition hasn't had much progress, unfortunately. I don't think Rockstar's gonna do anything about it. What's with the hat? I for a lot of games I play, I cosplay, so I'll dress up as like characters and stuff in the game. Okay, so I guess I'll probably be going here, guys. Are you concerned GTA and Red Dead Online makes the final update in the future? For GTA Online, I'm not really that concerned, because GTA Online, I think its final update is going to be coming out soon. I think this summer might be its final update. Don't know 100%, but I think that it might be coming to an end soon. The DLCs. Just, people point to GTA 5 on PS5 and say, "Oh, look, that's proof that it's going to have DLCs for years to come." That's not proof. All they're doing is they're just porting it to the new consoles. That doesn't mean that there's going to be more DLCs. Well, thank you for the super chat, Agent. Yeah, just ignore those people. You know, I'm guessing by that name that just I can already see that he bothers people on GTA. So it's just yeah, I don't care about people like that. I just ignore them. What ending did I prefer in GTA 4? The Revenge. But as for the second part of that guy's question, am I concerned about Red Dead Online's updates? Yes. GTA Online, no, because GTA Online has had a nice update cycle, you know, 7 years of updates. But, you know, Red Dead Online has had nowhere near the amount of updates, and I'm concerned that Rockstar is just going to abandon this game. That's what I'm concerned about. I don't want that to happen. Heist, maybe one day. It's already been 2 years, almost 2.5 years at this point. Red Dead Online still has no robberies. Ridiculous. Red Dead fun? Yeah, it's a fun game. Well, Red Dead Redemption is going to be a game that's going to take years to make, so it's going to take some time for them to make it, whenever they do.
Careful how you move now.
But I'll be, I guess I'll be going here, guys, so, thank you guys for watching. I'll have another video for you guys tomorrow, And I'm gonna have my next part of Liberty City Stories. Check out my Liberty City Stories video if you hadn't already. It's the mission where actually Tony kills Avery Carrington. A lot of people don't know that Avery actually dies in Liberty City Stories. The guy from Vice City. Grand Theft Auto Online took a year and a half for them to add heists, so it came out March 2015, online launched October 1st, 2013, so a year and a half, basically. This game is already, Red Dead Online is actually already, what, 2.5 years in? It launched late November 2018, so, you know, the, November 2019, November 2020, and then now we're already in March, so it's almost 2.5 years into Red Dead Online, and there's no, there's no robberies or anything at it. That is concerning. So I guess I'll be going here, guys. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed my stream, please drop a like, and if you're new to my channel and enjoy my content, then subscribe. I do a bunch of like classic GTAs and Red Dead, and I also play a lot of other games and do other content. I do crazy current events where I talk about ridiculous stories. So I mean, thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys in my next video. So take care, everyone.